waking you up. You ought to love it.
It's a privilege to hear our voices.
This is so cool. It's fucking hysterically funny.
Oh, this is good radio right here.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah!
1 minute you're acting like an intelligent guy, the next minute you're acting like a big giant ass.
These guys are trying to fart. Oh, my God.
It's fucking brilliant, man.
Really funny shit.
Arousing in perverse and interesting ways.
It's like an audio rape, yes. It's amazing.
This is the best show ever.
The Opie and Anthony Show, the most popular show in the history of satellite radio.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning and welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. Matt LeBlanc will be in studio today.
Yeah.
Felt like starting that way.
Yeah.
He's got a brand new show on Showtime, and we all saw it, and I think we all like it, right?
We do.
Episodes.
It's called Episodes.
Episodes.
Yes.
I saw the entire first season.
Yep, seven episodes, and conceptually it's very original. There's well, let him explain. I don't know how much he wants to give away about it, but it's very funny and it's well written and well acted.
I could tell you how the season ends.
No, that's probably not good.
That's not good.
No. We also saw Patton Oswalt today, who we've never had on, who's really funny.
Finally.
Yeah, I'm happy he's coming in today.
You know, he did a movie that no one saw called, I think, The Fan.
Yeah, he was good.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was a little independent film about being an obsessed, was he a Giants fan?
Giants fan.
Giants, right?
Yeah.
Obsessed Giants fan,
Yeah.
and the movie was really good, but no one really saw it.
Rehearsing his calls before he would call and writing down his points.
Yeah,
It's
he
like-
was... He was a psycho sports talk show caller, right?
I bet you a lot of those guys really do that, too. I was watching it going, that's probably how they make their points so succinctly, because they probably write down stuff. I would.
Yeah. That's the type of movie that if someone grabbed it and just pumped it up a little bit, I think it would be a huge movie.
Wow, he was a creep in that movie.
He sure was.
What a creep.
And we tried to get him in for that, but he, I don't know.
He might not have been in town.
Yeah.
And you bring that up, but also Matt LeBlanc in
Big fan, it was called.
a little show called Friends.
Oh,
Did you know that? A little
yeah,
trivia.
that's...
Obscure trivia there. You know, he's in episodes on Showtime, but there was this show it's called Friends.
I didn't see Friends.
What years was that on?
I don't think I ever saw a complete episode of Friends. Friends started sort of when Seinfeld ended. There might have been a little bit of a lap over, right?
Yeah,
there was some kind of overlap. It was 90...
For not... Well, not for too long, though. When did Seinfeld end?
He did 10 years on Friends. Was
Seinfeld ended in like 98.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was 4 years.
So you got about a 4-year... Oh, okay.
It's one of the biggest shows ever. It's like, because of Seinfeld and MASH and All in the Family and the other names, you forget, but Friends is literally
you know what?
one of the biggest sitcoms of all time.
I'll admit this, though. I'm starting to see Friends, starting to watch Friends now, and there's only one reason. You want to try to figure it out?
Because
you should figure it out, Jimmy.
I'm going to guess Lisa Kudrow.
Exactly. Because of the comeback, I went, fuck this Lisa Kudrow. I didn't realize how funny this broad is.
Yeah.
And then you go and watch the old episodes of Friends and realize, holy shit, she was hilarious on that show.
Hilarious.
But I think she got buried because the cast was so big.
Yeah.
You didn't realize how funny she was.
LeBlanc, Aniston, Schwimmer, and her. Was that the whole cast? Was there one more?
And Perry.
Oh, right.
Matthew Perry,
Perry.
right?
Yeah.
Courtney Cox, who's in Cougar Town.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Okay.
And Jennifer Aniston, who never aged.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston's a fucking piece of ass. Too bad her pussy smells, supposedly.
Oh, jeez. Well, you might want to ask that.
I said supposedly. Yeah, I want to ask that badly.
You probably won't have a comment.
I don't think you would.
Why doesn't she have a man then? She wants to have a man and she wants to have kids, and she can't figure it out.
Comment
and Brad Pitt ran for the hills.
Matt LeBlanc is depressingly handsome.
Yeah.
Depressingly, yeah. Like,
do you like the gray-haired version? Or he was dyeing his hair during Friends.
Oh, was he?
Yes, he went prematurely gray.
Seriously?
He looks young.
Yeah. How do you know that shit?
Huh?
How do you know that?
Yeah, would you see inside the actor's studio?
Yeah, I watch shows.
Well, seeing him on Episodes, which is on Showtime, which he'll be promoting today.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, wow, he must have been kind of the older guy during the Friends years.
Yeah.
He's not an old-looking guy. He's definitely a middle-aged man.
I have such a bad thing with Friends, though, because it was one of the shows that was VCR'd.
Scheduled.
It was a scheduled show.
That you had to watch?
I had to watch with the ex-wife and her mother.
Mm-hmm.
While I sat there just wanting to be home.
God, I can't believe you're the same guy.
I had to sit there. Me neither.
Fuck, I know we all changed, but fuck.
Oh, God.
That change you went through is
that was just
one for the ages, man.
That was a little too crazy.
You just sat there on and like just an old smelly couch,
Old
night after
smelly
night,
doggy couch.
watching horrible shows with your wife and mother-in-law.
Watching Days of Our Lives, General Hospital.
There was a lineup.
Yes. And then Friends.
And this was after you were done with the radio show. And you weren't allowed to go home until all the shows were over.
Yeah, this
I remember
was,
this.
We'd get done at 7 o'clock, 3 to 7. But then at 7 o'clock, we always had production to do. We had to do our own, we had to do commercials for the radio station.
You had to do more
ourselves.
than me.
Well, I was actually, again...
You were a rookie back then. You didn't know how to handle that yet.
I didn't mind it, though. I was still in happy to be there mode, and I was learning a lot about, recording and...
Can you tell that story again? When we were
the box?
When we were in Boston, they had these little mailboxes for me and Ann and the rest of the jocks. And because I was in radio longer at the time, when we first got to Boston, my pile was pretty high, and Anthony's was just a nice average pile.
I got the little tags.
Which is...
Tonight on Fox 25.
You know how the homeless Golden Voice guy did on his video? That's what Ant was doing.
I'd tag the end of pre-recorded shit.
Right.
The local...
Right.
Fox affiliate or something.
Because I was around a little longer, I had these produced spots where I had to get music and 60 seconds, I had to talk and maybe get a sound effect. And I got the name Slappy because I refused to do more than one take.
Yes, they called Opie Slappy because he would slap together the commercials. and there'd be these glaring errors in it.
So between Ed being happy to be there and me being around a little too long at that point, the piles, as the months went by, drastically changed. And I would have maybe one piece of production in my mailbox, and Anthony's, I'm not even exaggerating because Anthony's got a good voice and all. His pile was almost hitting the ceiling.
It was crazy. And I was working the machines like a monkey.
Right.
I'm trying to track things. Usually you just voice over something.
Sure.
I'm tracking and putting effects on voices to make it sound like characters, because they pretty much, I could do whatever I want with these spots.
Right. I would just pick a song I liked. There'd be vocals.
Vocals.
I'm talking over the vocals.
Yeah,
that's not what you do in commercials.
Grab a hook of a song and start talking over it, but then the vocals would kick in, and you're supposed to re-loop the hook, and synchronize it so you can't
even tell, like we do with our rejoiners.
Yeah, and in Pro Tools it's easy now, the electronic version, but when we first started over there, it was still tape.
Right.
So we're cutting tape and doing all kinds of shit like that. And and you would just let the vocals kick in and still talk right over the person singing.
So the sales department, they all have clients. They're like, well, fuck, I don't want him doing my production.
Yeah.
So it got to a point, the show would be over at 7. I'm like, all right, I have no production tonight. And it's like, well, I'll be here for at least another 2 hours.
Yeah,
like,
it was,
all right,
it was
man,
2 hours.
Call me later. And I'm out the door at 7:02. And it's stuck
I'm there until
9:30.
I'm still fucking just, I got to do this and that one.
That changed when we moved to New York. You finally
figured
it all out. But
that was it.
I was done.
But I did
trying to impress those sales assholes.
I wanted to learn how the recording equipment worked.
That made sense to me.
Because they were like, hey, look at what we got. It's this thing. It's called Pro Tools.
Oh, shit.
We were like, oh. And he goes, yeah, you know what? This hard drive in this thing is 1 gigabyte. Mm-hmm. I was like, a 1 gig hard drive?
That's a lot,
That's
right?
insanity.
Wow. But a gigabyte, the first time I heard that was from a comedian named Joe, and we were at Dangerfields, and he said, I have a computer that he used to add hard drive space, so you could add it.
Sure.
And build the stuff, and it was a fucking gigabyte. We thought that was all the memory. You'll never use that.
You'll never even use that up.
What's a gigabyte these
Joe
days?
Mulligan, by the way.
What is a gigabyte these days?
It's one video file.
Half a cock photo?
Yeah.
Half a cock photo.
A terabyte's the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, now you get a terabyte.
No, really, what is a gigabyte? It's more than a video, isn't it?
1,000. Oh, yeah, well, it depends on how it's compressed.
You could, a lot of your basic video, if you take video, depending on how long it is, but a gigabyte is nothing. Mm-hmm. It will eat up video, especially HD video, will eat up a gig in no time.
No problem whatsoever.
How fast?
How fast?
Oh, what is it?
A couple minutes.
A minute of HD?
Probably somewhere around there.
It's crazy.
Why are we talking about this? I forgot.
9 gigs an hour of HD video. We were talking about me and then
And then you would have to leave the radio station at 8:30 or whatever after all this production. Then you would have to go pick up the ex at the mother-in-law's house where I was living, and then I would see you again. Like, hey, I've already watched 2 hours of TV.
Yeah. Great.
And then you would have to go downstairs in that smelly fucking basement.
Doggy fucking mildewy, wet basement.
And watch programs.
And
with
watch
your
the programs with my mother-in-law and my wife. And we would watch, like I said, Days of Our Lives was recorded. And then General Hospital was and this little VCR shit, you know, real quality stuff on tapes that would be re-recorded over and over and over again. So, like, the tracking was off, and so you can't even watch it. And then Friends. And before I knew it, it's like it was 3 more hours. So now it's, you know, creeping up on fucking 11 o'clock. And, you know, they're putting down a little of the sauce, as they say. Mm-hmm. I'm dealing with that.
I don't think you were drinking as much back then, were you? Or she outdrank you?
Please. I would mix up some Captains and Cokes.
She always outdrank you, though, I thought.
Please, of course.
Yeah.
At the Captains and Cokes, though, I had to keep going upstairs and grabbing those, kick the dog, make a drink, go back downstairs.
So what do you think I fucking killed the dog? It seems like you had a few kicks in that.
Nah, I used to, like, kick it in the face. You went right for the vital organ.
Well, maybe.
The liver.
Maybe one time.
The liver.
It had a few good years after that,
It's
by the way.
been many years, and she's dead now, so it doesn't matter.
I love animals.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
But sometimes they piss you off.
Yeah, they do. When they fucking take your prime rib.
Yeah.
When the Knicks are in the playoffs.
Yeah, sometimes.
When was the last time the Knicks were in the playoffs? I think you people understand, right?
Sometimes you gotta fucking Michael Vick that fucking thing.
All right. Don't give me that reputation, Jesus. My reputation's bad enough. Yeah. Oh, so it's all about Friends. So you have a love-hate with Friends because of all this.
That's because it always reminds me of those moments. So whenever it comes on, I hear that opening song there, and I just
did you think Friends was funny?
There are a few episodes that are funny.
What's the song? I actually asked my girl.
I'll be there for you. Everyone.
You look like a
You're spoiling my listening experience.
I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Is this an original song for the show, or is this...
Nah, I think it was the Rembrandts.
Yeah, but I think they wrote it for the show.
No, they wrote it for the show. I think it's the Refreshments, I think.
No, I think
Rembrandts? The Rembrandts.
I think that's right. The Rembrandts.
I got a funny line when he comes in, though. I'm going to get a big laugh.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to go, hey, we like your new friends.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, Chip. You, please.
We'll never get another A-lister, Chip.
That's a good one.
We're finally getting A-listers on this show.
Nah, but the Friends show, he'll get it. He'll crack up.
David Crane.
I think... To answer my question, I think Friends was a funny show. But I think what happened, then every show did the same fucking formula as Seinfeld and like Friends.
Well, that was kind of
and just made the sitcom really tired.
That was the 90s formula. Every decade has its sitcom formula thing. And the 90s formula was definitely the Friends, Seinfeld kind of, thing.
You know, speaking of sitcoms, I'm on Columbus Avenue over the weekend with family, and Alan Alda just walks by, and no one knew it was Alan Alda.
Really?
And even the people I was with, because they're younger, and I'm like, he was the biggest fucking TV star.
Who was he with?
Nobody. Just walking alone.
Like Klinger.
And not one person noticed it was Alan Alda. I'm like, that guy, what was the 70s, I guess, and early 80s. That guy wouldn't have been able to walk the street a couple decades ago, and not one person recognized him.
I would have had to say hi to him.
I was out of my mind. I'm like, that's fucking Alan Alda. Do you guys understand? He was as big as they come.
I love Alan Alda.
Yeah, he's local, man. Wow. I see him a lot.
I have our photo together that he signed on my. When you walk into my, it's one of the things you see as soon as you walk in my house. It's one of my greatest. Yeah, he doesn't sign a lot of autographs, but Louis got him to sign it because they did a film together. Oh, and we talked for a while. Right. I told you I douched him out at one point. Like I think I was doing really good, and then he just knew I was too much of a fan.
Oh, you blew it. You passed that point of fanboy.
Yeah, but then he signed it. He's like, Jim, I'm your biggest fan, Alan Alda. It's a great signature. Yeah, it was really awesome. Nice. He had no idea who I was.
He was really good in The Aviator.
I didn't see that. I want to see that just for him though.
He was in The Aviator.
Yeah, he played a fucking scumbag. It was great.
Yeah,
he was really a prick. Good one.
Right on.
Yeah, but he was like the fucking definitive star of the 70s.
All he did was win Emmys.
And now he's just walking around and no one notices him. He looks relatively the same. I mean, he's obviously
gray, older, but
older, but
he gets the same recognition that B.J. Honeycutt gets.
No, but if
Mike Farrell.
But if a Jersey Shore douchebag walked by, everyone would lose their minds. It's like
they would.
But Alan Alda, who is legendary, they don't even notice.
Alan Alda.
The syndication money, I'm sure they had syndication deals. You'd hope so. He must be pulling it off MASH. If they had any kind of good...
of course. Well, maybe not, though. It seemed like those deals came into place a little later on.
Yeah, you think
some of those guys, like the Brady Bunch kids, got fucked over?
Ungats.
They should be 100 millionaires, hundreds of millions of heirs.
But by the time they
how do you say that? 100
millionaires.
100 millionaires? That doesn't sound right either. But
by the time they did the final season of MASH, they were 11 years in. They had to know
that maybe they got something for the last.
And they re-signed some of the shit. You think LeBlanc's got some of that?
Fucking guy doesn't have to work another day in his life. Who are you kidding?
There's a good line in the show that he did where someone's criticizing. Someone's like, catchphrases are kind of cheesy. He's like, yeah, tell it to my house in Malibu. Which is a very good point.
What was his catchphrase? How you doing?
I don't know. I think it was how you doing.
I think he was how you doing.
Yeah.
But wasn't that the Budweiser guys?
No.
Didn't we hear that somewhere else too?
What's up?
Oh, no, it was the fucking Yankee song.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Right.
Yankees.
I fucked that one up.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Awful.
All right, well. So Matt LeBlanc coming in at 8:30 and Patton Oswalt. What is he promoting? Caroline's?
Caroline's. I don't know when he's there. I'm guessing this weekend. And he has a book called Zombie Spaceship Wasteland. It's a book by Patton Oswalt.
And what is it?
I don't know. I haven't even looked at it. We just got it this morning.
Is it a novel, a novella, or some type of...
I'm going to guess it's silly.
I don't see many pictures. Like a lot of these guys write these books, and there's a lot of pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I like pitches.
I do, too.
You need a few pictures.
I like when there's pitches.
I like when the whole middle section is nothing but pictures, and then you jump ahead. You go from like page 108 to 142.
You go right to those glossy pitches.
What a nice jump in a book.
I wanted to, Opie, I told you about it. I just wanted to recommend, when Penn Jillette came in, he talked about Teller's Play.
Yeah, in the Village, right?
Play Dead, it's called. It's right next door to the Comedy Cellar at the McDougal Street. Or it's the Players Theater, I think it is, 115 McDougal Street. It was like a one-man show on death. It's not Teller. It's this guy, Todd something, who's like an old carny. It's fucking great, man. Really good.
Really?
Yeah, it gets pitch black in the theater, and it's funny. It's a comedy. It's not a...
I don't believe you.
I would never lie.
Well, you went to dinner with Penn and Teller, so I don't know.
No, I didn't. Only with Penn Jillette. And this wasn't brought up at all. Teller happened to call me after.
So you just like it?
I did. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't trash it.
Suspicious.
But I wouldn't bring it up gratuitously.
You would just let it lay there.
You would just let it lay
there. It's like, I wouldn't bash it because I do like those guys, but I wouldn't actually just mention it out of the blue.
Yeah.
And recommend it.
I hear
and stake my reputation on it.
No, I want to check that out.
But I thought it was going to be a small crowd. It was very crowded, but I recommend it highly.
Damn, whose hiney is that?
I don't know.
That's just
somebody's
walking past Marlon Wayans.
Good old Marlon Wayans.
In Uruguay. Uruguay.
Hey, I want to congratulate John Boehner there. He's now the Speaker of the House, right?
Boehner?
Boehner, yeah.
Boehner.
This guy's got to stop fucking crying, though. It's really uncomfortable. He's a grown man. I know you're a big fan because you weren't a fan of Pelosi, but I can't take him crying anymore.
Yeah,
it's
the
really
crying
embarrassing.
Thing is ridiculous.
You get uncomfortable at home.
Oh, I don't.
Because he looks like a man's man. Like, he looks like a guy that shouldn't be crying, and he cries loud.
And
What's that about? What happened to him?
Just
as
a
a
young
child?
man with a gavel.
But we're all young men with dreams, and some of us are lucky enough to be living our dream.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? We're not crying every day because we're living our dreams.
Speak for yourself.
You cry every day, Jimmy?
On the elevator on the way up.
I don't care how much this crybaby stands there and weeps. The idea that Pelosi is finally fucking out.
Will you admit he's a crybaby at least?
Oh, yeah,
Right, good.
absolutely.
She does suck. She just sucks. How long did she last, Dan? 2 years?
Yep, 2 years. And then she was voted in now as minority leader, but not unanimously. A lot of Democrats were like, nope, don't want to vote for you. You suck. They hate her.
And they know she's hated.
Yeah.
She's seen as...
She should have not accepted the post of minority leader.
Bitch.
She is just an arrogant, fucking delusional asshole.
And I don't like the way she threw the fucking CIA under the bus either.
Oh,
that
yeah.
fucking twat.
Yeah.
She threw the CIA under the bus. I didn't know. They didn't brief me. Really?
There, look at her handing over the gavel, her big gavel. Smell the handle. Smell the handle. I bet she used that the first night she became Speaker of the House.
What part, though?
Yeah, which end?
Right.
Wow, if she could do the hammery end.
That's impressive, huh?
Do we have any sound of him
crying again?
Some 18 years ago, I left Dayton, Ohio.
There he is.
Yeah, this is
with two very bad knees.
Yeah.
Bad knees.
And a dream to become a Major League Baseball player.
Did that dream ever? What happened with the dream? Sir?
Who do you credit?
Thank God the dream came true.
He thanks God the dream came true, and he thanks God that he's such a crybaby that will live on forever.
I'm sorry, that will never get old.
Oh.
I know we pound things into the ground in this show, but that one will never get old.
I am so glad I did not grow up in the age of video in any way, shape, or form. There was 8 millimeter film, but no sound, which is good, because it would have just been me crying all the time. There would have been so many clips of me just crying as a little kid.
I cried a lot as a kid, too.
No one cried as much as me. I know that.
I grew out of it, thank God.
Oh, I was just, yeah. But, even the 8 millimeter, me playing the drums with my brother on Christmas morning.
Right.
And the drum kit kept sliding forward, and I just burst into tears. I start crying.
Why?
And I'm just looking up going, yeah, I'm hitting my shoulders with the drumsticks and looking at the camera just going, the drums keep moving.
Can we see that?
Jimmy?
Oh, yeah. It's got to be somewhere. Well, I know I posted it.
Oh, you did finally post it.
I posted it somewhere, so it's got to be
Jimmy's
online.
saying why, but you came in here and cried over Ebert.
Yeah, but at least it was the guy had cancer.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, but you don't know the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, it was Oprah's question that got me.
Yeah.
That was all it was.
Which one was it again?
Something about what was the last thing you ever said to your wife?
Trying to get him to do it.
No, I won't. I'm not overtired. But it was something about what was the last thing you said to your wife. That's just a depressing question to have your voice taken from you.
My lower jaw hurts. I'm going to the doctor.
Ouch. Yeah. I think I swallowed something and it won't move.
Oh, God.
Hey, how do you feel about Halloween masks? You're going to be fucking one.
I love how that,
take those tears away.
I love how that fat bitch that he's married to that goes and has her fucking lunch by herself.
Yeah, well.
She's not sacrificing any food because he can't eat.
Just looking at what that must
And he
look
has
like.
to go upstairs because it pains him too much to watch her eat.
Oh, come on. You sitting for? I'd rather watch Brundlefly eat. I'd rather sit with Brundlefly.
It's one of the greatest interviews ever because there's so much fucked up things going on in that interview.
Yeah.
So Boehner crying once again.
Boehner.
I told Ann, I think a guy's supposed to cry less than 10 times in his entire life.
No.
Oh, fuck yeah.
No. That's why that's why men have such fucking heart attacks and anger issues, because we hold everything in.
You just scream a lot and then you get the fucking cholesterol out.
Get it out. You scream. It comes out and scream. Or does it come out in tears like melted butter?
Yeah.
It's just uncomfortable when an older guy cries, though, isn't it?
No, I don't care.
No?
Yeah, you know what you do? You're crying in private. And then you get it out of your system for 5 minutes, and then that's it.
When's the last time you cried?
Then I don't want to hear it again.
When's the last time you wept at anything?
Wept?
Look, yeah, like we're really crying.
It was a while ago. I mean, really wept.
Like some grandmother.
But I could get like a moment where you gotta like suck it up. Don't fucking do it. And then it goes away.
Well, you gotta breathe with your mouth open, like. You keep your eyes open really wide so your chick doesn't realize you're a fucking pansy. You ever do that where you're like, you know, if you blink, fucking Teddy tears are coming out. You're gonna be Timmy teardrops.
You gotta let the air keep your eyeballs dry.
That's what you do. I'd be watching Lost and I would feel one coming. You know,
Lost.
I cried through the whole first season of Lost. Believe me.
You are a fairy Mary.
Fucking faggot boy McGillicuddy with no hyphen. That was my name. Couldn't stop crying.
Really?
I'm the worst. But I during TV always gets me. That's where my emotion comes out.
Yeah, I get a little of that going on.
Yeah.
Fucking that stupid Biggest Loser show.
Are you kidding? That?
I don't know.
I never got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
The new season has these twin brothers, Dan and Don. They are horrendous looking with horrible mustaches. And one of the guys lost his son to, like, drugs.
Oh, yeah. The drugs.
24-year-old. He's dead. And he's telling his little story and how he needs to lose weight in honor of his dead son. I'm like, all right,
boy.
I'm done. Couple tears.
No, the old war documentaries, like I always say, that's the only thing that gets me, is having the old-timers talk about their dead friends.
Before you move on, look how awful these two are on The Biggest Loser. It's the same show every 4 months, but I'm hooked. I don't know why I'm hooked on this dumb show. Although this year they have, there they are. Check out Dan and Don.
The fuck is that?
Just horrendous fucking mustaches.
Yeah.
Jesus. But what's important about The Biggest Loser this year, they got an old Olympic athlete that we all remember, too.
Mark Spitz.
Mark Spitz, that's right, Anthony. He now weighs 400 pounds.
Nadia Comaneci.
That's right.
Oh.
She's got a huge bunt now.
Wow.
It was a Roman Greco wrestler.
A Greco-Roman wrestle.
When did he win? 2000. He won the Olympics in 2000.
Did he win by fucking men and asked to humble him?
And he's part of The Biggest Loser cast. He weighs, I think, over 400 pounds. He's a slob.
Couldn't take it.
He's a fucking slob.
Had to just eat.
And he was a hero and won an Olympic medal.
Wow.
And now he's on the show trying to lose
fatso.
all the weight he gained.
Hey, fatso, get a lot of fatso there.
Enough with Biggest Loser. Who watches that stupid show except fucking losers like myself? I don't know why I watch. My girl's even frustrated. She's like, it's the same fucking show every 3 months. Why? I go, I don't know why.
You made me cry. The Christmas special of The Office, the British Office, I thought was pretty sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Like kind of a last thing. And,
yeah.
All right. It's just right there. Fourth guy in. Right there. Do you guys remember this guy? If you saw like what he used to look like, you would sort of remember him. Rulin.
I have no idea.
This guy won an Olympic gold medal, and now he weighs, what is his starting weight?
He looks like a wrestler, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's a bigger guy to begin with. I don't know what his starting weight was, but he's a really big guy now.
I don't think
470. It looks like.
Holy shit! How tall is he? Is he 30 feet tall?
He's 470 pounds.
Was that start at 400?
Safe to say, when he was wrestling, he was in the 200s. Safe to say.
Yeah.
He's compulsive.
I would never even watch the wrestling in the Olympics.
Oh, of course not.
It's like, what the fuck? Do they even televise
I'm not
that?
a big fan of the Summer Olympics in general.
I
love the Winter Olympics.
Summer Olympics got the
What, the
gymnastics.
The gymnastics are all right.
That's right.
If you like little girls with little boobies.
Problem? Why don't you sit down and watch the Olympics? Have some lemonade and cookies.
Hook these electrodes up to your genitals and see if they move a little. If it jumps.
Jumps off the fucking paper.
Oh my God! Jesus, look at that queen.
No, that's Walt Frazier.
Oh,
we had him in.
I know.
He's in a camo suit.
Yeah, they're still
it's
showing.
a suit, but it's camouflage.
He was known for dressing flashy. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's like a nut.
What's going on, Wolford?
I was watching a program on serial killers and murderers in general, and this guy kind of categorizes them from a level 1 to level 22.
Wow.
Based on how they kill, the reason they kill, their upbringing, the viciousness of the murders, and like a level 22 was
Bundy?
Jeffrey Dahmer,
Oh, Dahmer, yeah.
Bundy, people like that.
Why 22 though?
I don't know. He just figured there were 22 levels.
Weird.
Yeah, and then there's people that like a woman that kills her husband because he beats her is like
that's
level,
okay.
5
Yeah.
and things like that. So there's a whole level thing going on there.
It's not just serial killers. Anybody who commits a murder.
Yeah, it's murder. The serial killers are always very far up there. And for some of the sexual killers and predators, they have a test that this guy was giving them. And the guy sits in a room, and he's watching television with some pornography on it. And he's listening to audio of somebody, like, reading, saying, okay, you're taking the girl, and then they give a kind of a romantic kind of a picture they paint with the words. You're with her, you're having fun, a good time. And then there's you're beating her, you're punching her in the face. And they take this rubber bandy thing hooked up with a wire and put it around his cock.
No.
And they plug it into this machine, and they could tell if the cock is throbbing and starting to get fucking filled up with blood, and they, coincide it with what's being said and shit like that.
I would love / hate to have one of those machines in here.
I know. That's all I was thinking was like, how embarrassing would it be? Because there have probably been a few instances where I was reading something or heard a story on the news or whatever that probably should not have been titillating. Yet you're like not getting a rod and jerking off,
right.
But you're kind of going like, there's something fucking sexually like hot about that.
It
but I
jumps.
know there's no fucking way this should be.
I think you're talking for everybody listening.
Yeah,
I really do.
It's just
you just don't want to admit it, but every once in a while you're like, oh shit,
that is
kind of
heinous, despicable. But it's kind of not like that Terry Schiavo story.
Yeah, that's could be the hottest one ever.
I don't think the rubber band is moving.
Show's called Most Evil, I believe.
You chubbed.
Most Evil, right?
Most Evil. It's called Most Evil. Yeah, I watch all those shows on that fucking channel, whatever it's on. Sure. Love the goddamn crime shows. Can't get enough. Locked Up Abroad.
Oh, that's
a great
man.
show. This poor motherfucker is just like got so screwed trying to smuggle heroin out of Bangkok to L.A. smuggling heroin. It's like, oh, what are you thinking? Because first he was just smuggling hookers from Bangkok to Hong Kong.
How do you do that?
You get on the plane with all this documentation that says you two are fucking married. And you get the story straight. Both sides have to have the story fucking down.
And the girl speaks English or no?
Yeah. She speaking a little English. And that worked for him. And then this syndicate that was paying the guy off decides, look, you did a really good job. We like how you handled yourself in that situation. We got a bigger and better, more lucrative deal for you. We want you to take a fuckload of heroin from Bangkok to L.A. And he's like, oh, yeah. But the way they approached him was like almost like you can't say no kind of a thing. Fuck. He got in deep, and he took it. He went, had a few fuck-ups at the airport where he missed his flight and had to take the shit back. It was already checked, the baggage. Had to take the bag of heroin back.
Why did he miss the flight?
His cab got into an accident.
Oh, my
And he's there with heroin. And God. You watch these shows and get so nervous. Well, you watch them and just get like, ah!
It's like a dream we all have.
Yes, exactly.
It's one of those dreams where
you're in trouble dream.
When you open your eyes, you're like, thank fucking God that was a dream.
Yep.
Have you seen I Almost Got Away with It?
Yeah, I love
that. That's
a
great one, too.
That one's good.
I love it because it's not a narrator telling you the story. It's the
guy.
fucking guy.
It's the guy they killed people or robbed banks or something.
And there was one guy I was watching. He was saying how he was dealing drugs, making money, and like he flat out, you could tell in his eyes he had. He was like, it was the greatest time I ever had in my entire life.
Hey, they love it. I almost got away with it.
Deadly Women's great. I love that.
Deadly Women is a good one. The fucking crazy ass broads killing their husbands
something
for
so
insurance
much
money.
crazier about a chick doing that stuff than a guy. I don't know what it is for me, but like if you could tell me like, oh, a guy murdered his wife for some money, I'd be like, yeah, or whatever. But when it's a girl and like sometimes they're so crazy and there are elaborate schemes that they go through. Like I cannot stop
the poisoning over time for insurance money that these women do, and that one is so common. The second a guy drops dead like that, it's just they always look at the woman, just like the other way around. I could spot the guilty guy now in a second. When they try to pull those shenanigans like, and the mystery had this small town captivated. They didn't know who the murderer was. I'm like, get it. It's so obvious.
Damn.
Or I'll watch it. It's like not the husband, but you'll go, all right, affair. She's fucking someone, and the guy that she's fucking killed the husband. Yeah, there it is.
It's got to be easy to solve murders in general. In general.
Yeah, I guess
it seems like it just follows the same patterns.
A lot of them do. Some of them take years, though.
But go back to that story.
Yeah. What happened with that?
The heroin guy.
So the cab gets in an accident. So now his plane's late.
He rushes to the airport. He checks the bag with the heroin in it, and they tell him, flight's closed. The flight's closed. So it's like, fuck, man. He had to get the bag, go back.
He's pretty much going to get away
hotel.
with it if he could walk through the gate.
Well, he didn't know.
You don't know.
At that point, you just don't fucking know.
Why? Your bag's already checked.
Well,
you haven't gone through customs yet.
Yeah, you haven't gone through customs.
So he had a few more steps.
He had a few more steps once you get into L.A.
Gotcha.
Shit like that. He was some Australian guy. So back to the hotel. Next morning, he had a lot more time, so he was a little more relaxed. He said, goes up, checks the bag again. And then the one guy starts looking at his ticket, and he said, I noticed it was taking a little longer than it should have, and I started getting a little nervous.
Oh, shit.
And you're just sitting there watching, going, oh, no.
Just leave the airport. Run home.
Yeah. That's exactly what you think. Run. And one guy said, could you come with me?
It's never
they grabbed
good.
the bag.
No.
They took him in a room, and they asked, is this bag yours? He's like, yeah. They opened it up, and he said he turned his head. He didn't even want to look at the amount of heroin that was in this fucking bag. It was just kilos. And they sentenced him to life. And he found out when he was in prison that the guy that made the deal with him had been arrested prior to that and totally set him up with the heroin. Like, the heroin thing was a complete setup, so he wasn't going to get away with it. It was just a deal where he had gotten the whores to Hong Kong, and this heroin thing was the guy that set it up got arrested, said, I'll cooperate. I got this Aussie guy. I'll be able to give you him. And they're like, all right. And that guy, the guy that set him up, wound up being found dead. And the guy was so depressed, the Aussie was so depressed in jail, he started doing heroin.
In jail.
So he starts snorting it to feel better because his parents were just like going through hell, he said. And then he started shooting up heroin in Bangkok and sharing needles.
Oh, boy.
Guess who got the HIV?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he wound up getting the HIV.
Is he out of jail?
He started showing signs and getting sick. And I guess the Australian government stepped in and they wound up getting him back to Australia where he got medical treatment. And now he's alive, doing well, married. And they showed him last scene. They showed him walking on the beach with his chubby Aussie wife.
So what happens to the life in prison thing?
He got away. You know,
So
life in prison in Bangkok
really
either means you're dying,
right,
or you're going home.
Yeah, take this with you.
Yeah. You got AIDS, motherfucker. There's your life sentence.
Hey, now if this guy could prove that he had no choice and he had to smuggle the heroin, or he was going to be killed,
it's Bangkok. They don't care.
Authorities don't give a shit about that.
One thing about Locked Up Abroad, when you watch this, you realize the tricks and ploys and loopholes and lawyer shit that happens in this country is they must laugh their balls off in these other countries.
Everywhere else,
they
right.
do not want to hear shit. They don't handle evidence very well. They just, hey, you got this. It's on you. We don't care that the bag was out of your possession for a while or this. Like in the United States, a lot of these cases, they'd be like, hey, this bag was sitting on a runway for 15 hours.
Right.
I didn't know what the fuck was in there. Reasonable doubt. They just go, here it is. Here's the heroin. Take some pictures of you with the heroin. Now we're going to burn the heroin. And just ship you off to fucking prison.
And the thing is, you can, I think, buy your way out of those a little bit easier.
Yep.
Just keep it quiet. Don't make a big media stink out of it. I think you have an easier time bribing.
I watched that documentary on the Ganja Queen, they called her.
Chappelle Cordy or something her name is?
Yeah. She was another Aussie that got caught with a fuckload of weed.
How much pounds of weed going to Indonesia, which is punishable by death?
Yeah, by death.
Was it 10 pounds? It was enough to get you killed.
It was in a boogie board bag that she had. And there was a lot of completely reasonable doubt that she didn't do it. I'm not sure. Watching it, I still wasn't sure if she knew about it, was in on it, was forced, whatever it was. But the bag was out of her possession long enough. And there were enough other people that could have been implicated in it. But they grabbed her and, wow. Oh, did they put her through some shit.
They could have probably bought her way out of it. Chappelle Cordy, I think?
Yeah, but it turned into a giant media
circus. And then
she's really hot.
Yeah, she was cute.
Well, not in
she
that
was.
picture.
Hey, an Indonesian prison will put a few years on you.
Then fucking throw a little slime on you.
The Indonesian prosecutor had to prosecute her because he was called out, like, publicly by this Australian guy who was trying to help her. And it's like, quietly behind the scenes, they probably could have just bought her way out of it. But this dummy had to make a big thing about it. And the prosecutor
brought up the bribes and everything. And the prosecutor was like, hey, really? Well, fuck you, fuck her.
I actually think she did do it because I read stuff after.
I do too, yeah.
And they said, when you saw the guy interview the guy in the airport who actually called and said, hey. And he said that when the bag came or something, he said she knew. Like, you believe this guy. You don't think he's lying. He's a little older guy. He's like,
you just got this. Yeah. You talk to some of these people, and they just know by looking at you. It's like the customs agents. They can know. I think everyone gets this guilty feeling walking through customs. I know I did. And it was the same thing when I would walk into a store as a kid, not buy something, and walk out. I'd always feel compelled to stop by the magazines right by the door just to be like, look, I'm not running out of here. If I stole something, I'd be hightailing it. But I'm still,
I think that's
I might want to impulse buy.
Once again, I think that's a normal feeling that I think all of us get.
We get this
I
guilt
really
thing.
do.
And customs is the same way, even though I know, I'm not doing anything. I'm completely legit. But the way they look at you and question you, you feel like you're doing something wrong and you're not looking at them the right way or answering his pleasantries correctly. It's like, so how you doing today? Heroin! I'm doing very cocaine today.
You just you find yourself just babbling, and over-explaining why you're in the country.
Yes. And you almost want to make conversation with how you doing?
I'm just here to drink a couple faggy drinks and get a tan, but you make it more than it is.
Yeah. Anything to declare? Did you do that? And you want to turn to him as he's like looking at his forms and writing stuff, and you're just silent. You feel like going like, so, how long you been doing this?
Yeah.
Really? Why do you want to know? All right, in the back, full body cavity search.
Just shut your fucking mouth.
That's why you just shut up, take your fucking passport back. Thank you. It's like the soup Nazi.
And then they hand your passports back, and then you feel like, really? You're going to let me go? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, right around here. Oh, what's around this corner? You grab your bag and you walk away. You expect to hear like, hello, come back.
And you're completely innocent. But
yeah, you got nothing.
They hand the passports back. You're like,
why isn't he checking
Don't you understand? I'm a drug smuggler.
I'm sweating. You don't want to sweat on those lines.
Dude.
That's like they always show the person sweating, and that's the end. It's just this guilt we get for no reason.
I'm never nervous coming back into the U.S. Never.
Really?
No,
you're a
because
better man than me.
Never. Going somewhere else, you're in another country. But in the U.S., this is my home, and it's like I'm the annoyed American. Yeah. I really do have nothing to hide coming back in.
The annoyed American.
I got nothing. It's like, if they want to break my balls, they can. But it's like, look through all the luggage. You're going to find nothing. I don't touch drugs.
You go somewhere else, and you don't know that something you have is illegal.
I'm not worried about
turtleneck. It's 20 years.
Exactly.
What? Wait a minute.
Because you look like a turtle. But, sir, my neck is fat. I can't help it. But if you're annoyed at the line, I don't think that hurts you. Because criminals are usually like, you're trying so hard to be pleasant, you're not annoyed.
Yeah.
But if there's a line, you're like, oh, come on.
And they have people looking. It's not like right when you get up to the customs guy and he's the guy that's making the assessment. They have those people that just kind of walk around looking at the line.
I'm sure on the
cover
cover people
just looking. They're just looking for someone that's a little suspicious.
I'm sure they got the cameras too, and they're seeing who's fidgety online.
They're paying a little too much attention to their bag, and
they know the signs. They're well trained.
Yeah, they know.
Unless you're going to one of these Caribbean islands. Holy shit!
And that's why I love being Mr. Carry-On Bag Guy, because I don't like the idea of my bag being just out of my sight. And
in a weird country.
Because who knows who's sliding something in there. Could you imagine getting back and they go, can we go through your bag? And you're like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
and they open up and you just see this plastic bag and go, wait a minute. Because now you sound like every fucking drug dealer.
All of a sudden you just see a brick that's tightly wrapped in fucking plastic.
Like, wait, that's not mine. And they're like, oh, really?
Yeah, really?
Not yours? Really?
Right.
Really?
How would you prove it?
And they take that knife and open it up and you just see white powder come out and go like, oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God, I am so fucked.
Yeah, then you realize it's like they said in the Ganja Queen, that it's really the baggage handlers who are using people's luggage to ship it from country to country.
Ship it back and forth and see what happens. But
holy shit, I'm never fucking checking a bag again.
Wouldn't you just go like...
You just changed me.
And you'd say everything the drug dealers say.
Right.
It's not mine.
I don't know how it got in there.
Someone put it in there.
Right.
Yeah, sure. Hey, come with us.
Right.
And you know what? You're not explaining your way out of that. No. You're going to some shitty jail until you talk to the consulate and a lawyer and everything. And you're fucking being run through this system that makes the American system look like a joke. It's just scary. What could happen?
I would immediately tell them to take fingerprints from it. Not that it matters, but I'd be like, fingerprint that.
They'd be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What, are you the fucking head of...
No, but I would say my fingerprints, I didn't touch that.
Yeah, how about we just take your fingers?
I prefer you didn't do that.
Take your fingers off.
You loudly proclaim, that is not my heroin! Point at it.
That's creepy.
All right, we should take our first break. We got lots to do. We got an update on the Golden Voice radio guy, Ted Williams, on Fox 28. That fucking video. How many views now, man? Look, as we talk about it, there you go. It's on CNN again. I don't think a video has ever been hotter on YouTube as quickly as this one.
And we have some great observations that I don't think everyone's making on this one.
Well, and we said he would have a record, and he certainly has a record, and we'll explain that after the break.
Nothing that terrible.
And he's now following me on Twitter.
No.
He's following me on Twitter.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. Him and 18 other guys claiming to be him.
That's not that bad.
Huh?
No sexual
robbery?
Nah, come on, he's getting drugs.
He's a felon, and we'll talk about his rap sheet next, and some new audio from the guy, including a commercial he did back in 2008. The Golden Radio Voice guy.
Hey, when you have to piss, I usually choose the Department of Motor Vehicle rear door atrium. Right. Yes, if you have to take a piss.
So we got that. We got, let's not forget, Matt LeBlanc coming in a little later. Patton Oswalt. Patton Oswalt. I make it sound like it's two people when I say his name. And also, Canadian River mysteriously turns bright green. Is Troy Kwan in today? This could be another conspiracy.
Has he studied this?
And more birds and fish are dead around the world.
Of course. It happens every day.
You think?
Yes.
We'll get to the bottom of those things after these messages.
And this is the Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius XM.
All right, let's talk about this golden radio-voiced guy. from Columbus, Ohio. How many views is the video up to? Did you check, Danny?
Something like almost 12 million.
Holy shit.
Just scraping, I think. And you know YouTube, they don't update like in real time, so it's most likely it's much more than that.
Wow. And there's a million versions now, too, and those versions are getting a lot of hits. The fucking, the world is captivated by this guy. Captivated by the guy with the golden radio voice.
They love him.
Honestly, I've been doing this a really long time. Could be the best voice I've ever heard in radio.
He does have a good one.
I'm trying to think of some other guys that are right up there.
Guys that have voices that sound just like his. What's some of them other voices we use out?
I couldn't even name them.
Dan Ingram.
Don LaFontaine.
Don LaFontaine.
Don LaFontaine.
Who's now dead.
Yeah.
In a small town. That guy's dead,
Yes.
man. Yeah, well, he's a felon.
Yeah.
And we told you guys yesterday, it was just a matter of time before they did some digging on this guy. We thought it would be worse than it turns out it is.
Well,
it's a long rap sheet, Ann. I agree with you, but there's no kid touching in here or any of that shit.
I see 6 mugshots.
All right.
I see some charges here that aren't just like if it was just theft, I can understand that. Theft is, you walk into a store, you grab some shit, you leave because you're hungry or whatever. The robbery one is a little much because that's confronting somebody.
Well, he was hungry. He's homeless.
Well, but robbery is you're robbing somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's robbing somebody.
Meet the felon with the golden voice. Before becoming the country's most distinctive new voice, Ted Williams compiled a lengthy rap sheet that landed him in several Ohio lockups on a variety of criminal charges, according to law enforcement records. This guy's only 53, by the way.
It's a few hard years.
And doesn't he look like an aging 70s baseball player?
He looks like Pryor in one of those shots.
Yeah.
His mustache.
He's got a little Pryor action.
He's got a little Obama in him when he's all clean cut now.
Yeah, he looks like somebody else, too. I can't put my finger on it.
Freddie Prinze.
Freddie Prinze.
Freddie Prinze, yeah.
Is that how you say his name?
Freddie Prinze. P-R-I-N-Z.
I used to say Prince.
No.
Freddie Prinze.
No, it's Freddie Prinze.
He's 53. Has been busted for theft, robbery, escape, forgery, and drug possession.
Yeah.
The convicted felon's speedy rise to fame is not sitting well with one Columbus businessman who called cops on Williams and a female companion in early July. The man, a manager at National Tire and Battery.
This guy was a real prick, too.
What a fucking asshole. Why don't we keep this as a nice, happy story for everyone? But no, the manager at the National Tire and Battery store is really...
it's pretty busy here, but that's the way we like it.
Right. Told cops that Williams and the woman were refusing to leave the business property and had become an ongoing problem for the business, according to a police report. I guess people couldn't get their tires and batteries.
Yeah.
Because of Ted Williams and his golden radio voice were camped outside.
Yeah.
While Williams begged customers for money, the woman gets picked up and dropped off in the parking lot by various and numerous males in different vehicles.
Uh-oh.
Hinting that the woman is a hooah.
I thought I was just doing very well with you.
The management has repeatedly asked the 2 suspects to stay off the property and have been cussed and yelled at by the suspects for their effort.
Ah.
You don't like the manager of the National Tire and Battery store?
No, he's an ass.
You think he's an ass?
He's one of these guys, he's probably got battery salesman of the year pictures hanging up, and just what an ass.
Fucking Daddy nailed it.
Yeah, a little Lionel Richie. He's got some Lionel Richie.
If Lionel Richie had a little crack problem.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking A, yeah. That's the guy I was thinking of. Lionel Richie. Cops warned Williams and his companion that they would be arrested if they returned to the property. The businessman, who only wanted to be identified as Dan, told, I guess, the paper, the TSG. What's the TSG? Yeah,
Smoking gun.
Oh, the smoking gun, okay. Yeah. That Williams' newfound notoriety had left him a little aggravated, Anthony. The man said that he had seen Williams urinate in front of the business and watched recently as he and his female friend stripped to their underwear as they changed into dry clothes during a rainstorm. But where the fuck is this guy supposed to go?
Yeah,
he chose your place. Sorry.
This guy is so fucking just fuddy-duddy.
Right.
Like, I can understand the changing. You know, the guy wants dry clothes and shit.
Right.
But Mr. fucking battery salesman.
Yeah, where if you live in New York, you get used to homeless guys taking shits in front of you, taking leaks, and certainly you will see them change clothes right in front of women and children. They don't give a fuck. They don't have a place to change, so wherever they are, they're going to change into relatively fresher clothes. Dan added, good old Dan from the National Tire and Battery Store.
National Tire and Battery Store.
Dan added that his company shares a lot with a Lowe's store, and he has seen Williams stealing items from cars parked by customers visiting the home improvement firm. Dan's an asshole.
Dan is a douche.
I think Dan is jealous that this bum is now going to be well off in the coming years.
Bum. Yeah.
He's basically been a thief for the past 2 years, Dan said. The businessman added that last month he saw cops putting Williams in a squad car. However, the Columbus Division of Police had no record of Williams being collared in December.
Oh, no record.
But it turns out he's... Do you have his actual rap sheet?
No, I just got the mugshots.
I saw a rap sheet someone else had, but... Yeah, all right. Busted for theft, robbery, escape, forgery, and drug possession. It's typical shit for a homeless person.
Right. Yeah. This is the shit, though, that's perfect in this society. And I've never seen the turnaround so quick, where they show the guy literally yesterday, and talk about, wow, this rags to riches story. He's a homeless guy, great voice. He's all over the news. People want to give him jobs. And the very next day, they're like, well, meet the felon with the golden voice. Like, I've never seen the build-up tear-down happen in a 24-hour period.
Did we say this would happen?
Oh, yeah.
The media couldn't wait to find something bad on this guy. They were chomping at the bit, as we like to say. Yeah. And we learned that he likes to pull his cock out and urinate. Well, that's what you do if you don't have a home. Where else are you supposed to be?
It's better than not pulling your cock out and urinating.
Right. We've seen those homeless guys, too.
Yes, we have.
They say, fuck it, I'll just make poo in my pants.
It's better than pulling your cock out and not urinating, just leaving it out.
Right.
Making that noise.
I was much more famous radio guy than ever.
Hey, this is golden radio voice guy. We had golden buns.
We had golden buns. Lost
too bad.
Too
I wish
soon.
he wasn't gone, because it would be great to put together some kind of golden voice versus golden buns thing.
Voice versus golden bun. Oh, God damn.
Battle of the homeless radio
Why did that bum have to die on us?
We still might be able to do some kind of production piece. There's enough Tippy Tom audio, and there's certainly enough audio of this homeless guy,
true.
Ted Williams. Well, Ted was on... I guess a radio show in Columbus that really isn't getting much recognition. The fucking media. He was on some radio show in Columbus yesterday.
Yeah.
And he had this to say. So we got a couple clips of Ted Williams.
Golden voice.
Here's Ted getting an offer from MTV.
Currently, I will just call him Ted the Homeless DJ. It's not meant as a diss, it's just a statement of fact. So, Ted, your word in 24 hours has spread throughout the world, and you are going to get, we thought yesterday at this time, would bring you in, would pay you for a day, see how that goes, and see if we can find some work for you.
Yes, that's what you said. That's exactly. And I was happy with that. Believe me,
that's nothing. We
that
can't
alone.
Squat.
So here's what we're going to do, Ted. We've had emails, phone calls, offers. I mean, literally from all over the world. Yeah, and I'll read these throughout the morning as we go.
Okay.
I mean, I have Hawaii. I have Ireland. I have people that are willing to fly you out to do voice work, to participate on their shows, hosting their shows, be guests on their shows. And we'll unveil these as we go. But we have some that wanted to talk to you in person.
Yes, sir.
So we'll go to our first one right now, Dave.
Bobby, is this you?
This is me. Good morning.
Bobby is from MTV. Bobby, Ted.
Hello, Bobby.
Hey, Ted, it's a pleasure. Good morning, man.
It's certainly a pleasure talking to you, too.
Well, listen, it takes a lot to get an L.A. boy to wake up at 4 in the morning.
Oh, man.
And I got to tell you something now. I'm the executive producer of a show on MTV3 starring Paul Rodriguez called Mis Videos Locos. It's a great comedy show that we put on. We've been on for a second season now. And one of our staff came in yesterday to my office and said, "You've got to see this piece of humanity," as she called it.
Okay.
And,
all right.
And
or shit.
Pretty
what
much
did she say?
teared up.
Yes,
and when the greatest thing besides your voice was you admitting and saying how you had 2 years of sobriety, and you did that with such simple pride, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
This guy.
Shut up!
On
This
behalf
guy.
of the show, I'm calling to offer to fly you out here to L.A. to be our guest announcer on an episode that will be. I'm wondering if you'd like to accept.
I certainly would, sir.
Bullshit.
I certainly
don't
would,
call me
Bobby.
sir.
Okay. Bobby, thank you, man. Yes, sir.
Listen, the pleasure is mine. You're the Susan Boyle of DJs out there.
I just thought of that myself, Bob.
Ugly, fat, white English woman.
A couple things. The LA executive is a douchebag.
Of course he is.
He's just using this guy to promote his stupid project.
Worse than battery tire guy.
Oh, absolutely. Dan, you're off the hook. You can continue selling your batteries and tires in peace. We'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
But this is the LA douchebag. He's just promoting his... Flies him out for one lousy episode. That's not a job, really.
No.
You give him
they're not offering him a job.
They pay him lousy to fly him coach.
Sure. And then they're done with him. And then he's back on the street.
Toss him out.
It's a fake fucking offer to get the name of your show out, which I already forgot, by the way.
Yeah.
I know it stars Paul Rodriguez.
Right?
So, fuck that guy. So then the interview continued, and Ted gets the big offer.
Thank you!
That looks like he's going to take. You heard...
yes, I did. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Starting guard.
Yeah.
Just an amazing
guard. Wow.
Yeah, the Cavaliers need all the help they could get, and Ted Williams will be the starting guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and this is him accepting the offer.
Yes. But we're calling the Cleveland Cavalier office.
And by the way, I give this radio show props. Not too hacky, not too morning zoo-ish.
Wow.
Kind of using their own voices, sort of.
They're getting propellers.
So far, so good.
And power forward.
Number 23.
The homeless.
Ted Williams.
The homeless hooper.
I spoke too soon. That was a little...
Hi, Tracy. How you doing?
Fabulous.
Hey, you're on with Dave and Jimmy. We're here with Ted Williams, and we think you wanted to talk to him today.
Hi, Mr. Williams. How are you?
Hello there, Tracy. How are you?
I am phenomenal, thank you. And I'm even more excited now that I have the chance to talk to you and meet you.
Oh.
And we at the Cavaliers and Quicken Loans Arena have been so inspired by your story, as I think the entire nation has.
Oh, thank you,
And
Tracy.
certainly wanted to take the opportunity to step forward and say we would love for you to be a part of our amazing organization.
Oh.
And, you know, the Cleveland Cavaliers, obviously, as a pretty dominant force in the NBA and certainly has raised a lot of attention over the years. But on top of that, what you might not know is our family of companies not only includes the Cleveland Cavaliers, it includes Quicken Loans Arena, which is the dominant
Oh, my God.
arena
Enough with the
here in
plugs.
I know. They're all making it about themselves.
Just to plug shit.
But at least this is a real offer. That L.A. executive drove me fucking nuts listening to that
Is it,
horse
though?
shit.
Because it just sounds like they're plugging all their shit, the arena, the team, everything.
Right.
And then they'll have them on for a little while, and then
let's see what the offer is.
Awesome.
It might be if it's a guest announcer bullshit job again.
Arena here in town, as well as the Lake Erie Monsters, a minor league hockey team, Quicken Loans, which is owned by our team owner, Dan Gilbert, and we wanted to step forward and see if you'd be a part of our fine organization.
Oh, God.
In what way, Tracy?
Well, first of all, I think that, you know, obviously your talents are pretty well recorded over the national television, and all that we've been so inspired by is the power of your voice. And certainly the other part is the power of your dreams and the power of your vision. And that's everything that we're all about. And so one of the things that we'd like to offer you is full-time work with both the Cleveland Cavaliers as well as with Quicken Loans Arena. We have a lot of amazing voiceover opportunities. We do tons of commercial work. We do tons of broadcast work, both on radio as well as on television.
Tracy.
Quicken Loans is launching a new website where they're going to have animations that are going to need voiceovers included there. And then on top of it, because we know that you're a person who's trying to get up and on your feet, Quicken Loans is actually offering to pay a mortgage on a home.
Oh, my God. That's it. That's the best deal ever. So I'm going with that.
The Rocky music starts.
I'm going with that.
The Rocky music starts. Down goes Apollo Creed.
My goodness.
Down goes
Tracy.
So we're playing Let's Make a Deal here.
You just made a whole new version of Sweat Under My Armpits.
Oh, my God.
That's his...
All right, slow down, though. It's a mortgage in Cleveland. All right.
Exactly.
Slow down a little bit.
You could have made that standing there on the fucking by the light with the sign.
And you guys know we love Cleveland, but let's slow down a little bit. Okay.
Be real.
It's a mortgage on a $30,000 house. All right.
That's great for the Cavaliers. We lost LeBron, but
we got
have
this
Ted
bum.
the pants shitter.
What do you think of that offer, Anthony? A little self-serving, obviously. They got a lot of info out there.
Very self-serving.
I would like to know, how much a year.
Will he be announcing in the arena or no? They probably already have somebody.
But why? What
Probably
are we
not.
doing?
They don't know if this guy. He could be one of these guys. When he sees people, he shits his pants and his voice goes away. He obviously has something going on in that head of his.
Yeah, don't people understand? Look, he's homeless. Homeless people. There is they talk about these homeless people that fallen through the cracks. There's a family. They lost their house. They're in shelters. They're this, that, whatever it is. But homeless people like this guy and like all the homeless people we see outside, they're nuts.
Yeah,
they're fucking mentally ill. There's something wrong with them. You can't just scoop them up, give them a house and some fucking a suit and expect them to carry on like a normal, productive member of society. He's crazy.
You know what? I would normally agree with you, but let's not forget Eddie Murphy in a little movie.
Yeah.
Trading
Places.
That's right, sir.
Yes. Now, he was able to run
and figure it all out.
A brokerage firm.
That's right.
From the streets.
That's right.
Right from the streets. He was able to walk right in.
We should take our cue from that fine film. This is possible.
Yeah.
You know what? He's not going to be the announcer of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that the media made it sound like that yesterday. Because if I know a little bit about the Cavaliers, I think they got a really good house announcer.
Oh,
very distinctive, I do believe. Maybe someone from Cleveland could help me out. I don't think they're going to kick that guy to the curb anytime soon.
They do have they have an announcer.
They got a really good one, too.
Mark Sherbert.
Mark Sherbert. You fucking asshole.
Mark Sherbert.
What a dick. Yeah, okay. This is what I was kind of thinking, and I didn't make the point fully. Bill in Georgia. Go ahead, Bill.
Hey, what if this guy ends up being like that singing frog in the cartoons? When they put him out on stage, he just clams up.
He just fucking ribbits.
Yeah, he ribbits
and then he's alone with the guys like, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime girl.
Very good. That's what I should have done. That's hammers the point home. We got Bruce in Ohio, it looks like. Bruce?
Yeah, this is Bryce. The Cavs announcer who's been there for 30 years is Joe Tate.
Never been a fan of the name Bryce, have you?
But he has a bad heart and they're having going for major surgery next day or two.
What happened?
He had a bad heart problem when he was there, and they actually got left while they're on the road, and they stayed there for several days, and they brought him back. He's been too weak to have this heart surgery. He had, pneumonia or something when he got out to, I don't know, it was Dallas or one of the first road trips. So he eventually came back, and he's been trying to build his strength up enough to have major heart surgery. So he's going to be gone, so he might be one of the announcers and do the voice work for all the commercials.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to announce for an NBA team. I don't think he's ever done that. They're not going to make him the announcer for the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's going to be horseshit stuff behind the scenes.
He'll probably make a couple of announcements that they pre-record and play.
Oh, sure.
Like, the exits are to the left.
Right.
And the bathrooms are right behind the dumpster outside.
Oh, you think that's it? Yeah.
Well, yeah. Just a couple. They'll probably have a couple of pre-recorded things that he does. You're right. But in general, he's going to be fucking selling tires and batteries. He's probably going to be ending up selling Dan's tires and batteries. Tires and batteries, right?
Tires and batteries. Get it right.
He'll make the...
all right, Bryce, thank you.
Please drink responsibly.
And finally, he talks about being a recovering alcoholic.
You right now are feeling good. Your head is spinning.
Yes.
Is this a tough time for a recovering alcoholic?
Yes, it is. I just made mention to you. I said, now I'm going to go to a meeting, but I will say this. I don't know whether to celebrate by having a drink, because God knows, I mean, there would nothing be better right now than some Seagram's.
That's not good.
You ain't lying. Because then I'll be ready to do everybody's offer. Gladly. But no, I'm not going to do that, because I got this far, and no need turning back, because nothing but great things are going to happen at this point. But yes, it is for a recovering person. The anxiety that I'm having right now. I don't take any type of medications for any type of anxiety or any kind of psychotropic medications or anything of that nature. But right now, I could use a nerve pill.
Jesus, yeah, that voice is ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
Just reverberating all over the place.
Yeah. You just want to try to talk about it. Back in 2008, he did a commercial that people found. So he was
2008.
So a couple of years ago, he was still trying to do some stuff.
Yeah, now all of a sudden he's the radio darling.
That's right. This commercial's for Mel Waiters. I Got My Whiskey tour.
Oh shit.
This is how he sounded in 2008.
Coming to the capital city this New Year's Eve, it's the I've Got My Whiskey Tour, starring Mel Waiters. That's right, performing live in concert at the CEC Entertainment Complex, 3587 East Livingston Avenue. It's a cabaret, baby, so bring your own brown bag, and we'll bring the party favors. Tickets are on sale at all Ticketmaster locations, $25 in advance, $35 at the door for the I've Got My Whiskey Tour, starring Mel Waiters.
Oh, wait, that's my production from AF. Talking over the vocals.
Yes.
The music's too loud.
They call me Slappy.
Slappy. Good for this guy. I hope he figures it out. And I hope he gets a real offer.
What if it's...
a lot of horseshit offers that are self-serving.
Hey, they want to pay a mortgage for him. That's not bad.
Pat from Monaco.
Oh, cool.
Monaco speculating it's a scam.
Huh?
Oh, no, it was a serious XM commercial.
The whole thing is a scam?
Yes, he's speculating that it's one of those things like, hey, I need a radio partner, and he's going to be in a seat at Fenway.
Oh, yeah.
Publicity. Big publicity stuff. Hey, you put this guy out on the street.
Right. All of a sudden, he's your afternoon DJ.
Yeah.
Taking out Opie and Anthony. This guy works at WNCI and met Ted Williams yesterday. Bill in Ohio. Bill?
Hello, Bill.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey.
I actually got to meet him yesterday.
Do you prefer Bill or Billykins?
Bill is fine, thank you.
And have you ever taken a conch in your mouth?
What?
No.
Bill, what do you do for WNCI?
I work as their traffic director for one of their sister stations.
Okay.
They're in the same building as us.
Okay.
I had to deal with all that mess yesterday with all the TV people.
Was there a lot of TV people there?
Yes, a lot. There were 3 satellite trucks outside. All the local TV stations all had their remote trucks outside, and the hallway was just lined with people. I think CNN was there. Fox News was there.
Looked like Oswald being brought in for questioning.
Were there people around the radio station hoping that they were going to get discovered as well while CNN was in the building?
Radio people, everyone there's already working the radio, so
they're not discovered. They're in Columbus, Ohio. Let's all relax.
Yeah. Please.
Hey,
we're all over the world, and we're still not discovered, so this business is horseshit. Trust me.
Well, I know. I heard you guys complaining over the years, and you know what? I totally agree
called our
with
show.
What did he say?
I heard you guys complaining over the years. That's called the Opie and
If
Anthony
we don't have that, we don't have a show.
you.
Right, haters? Dicks. Go ahead, Bill.
But he was on Columbus radio for a long time, and then the booze and drugs hit him, and he's been in contact with a guy who works at another station, and like the commercial you just heard in 2008, is every once in a while the guy will finally get a hold of him, and he'll voice a spot or two, and then he'll disappear for 6 months or whatever. He just will pop up out of the blue from time to time. So he's really been homeless for the last several years.
Yeah.
You have added nothing to our
That
discussion.
really was the most words with nothing I've ever heard.
So you're saying he's a homeless guy?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
From Ohio, apparently.
The breaking story. Ted Williams, formerly homeless.
Right.
Channel 5.
Yeah, formerly homeless, because he's going to get a lot of jobs out of this thing.
So what do the Cavaliers offer him? Because I'm still confused.
Housing assistance, and I think just doing some announcement stuff from time to time. That's all I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everyone's
and
cautious.
He also got an offer yesterday for doing commercials for a credit union in town. There's some other offers, too.
That's good. Maybe people are uncomfortable because he has a face like a Native American coin.
He's not going to stay in Columbus. This guy's a New Yorker, and he's going to get a New York offer. He's going to get a real offer down here.
That's a good offer to pay for housing, though.
Yeah, it is,
He's
certainly.
supposed to be on CBS this morning, and I think he's doing Letterman one night, too. So.
He's doing Fallon got him.
He's in New York right now, and he's probably going to stay in New York.
Oh, shut up. Thank you.
Is he doing Fallon?
And he actually did. Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
No, I just wanted to give people an inside fucking scoop. Fallon's got him. I think he's on tonight.
I hate to be bumped for the guy with the nice voice who's shit outdoors. Hey, look, we know you've been at this 20 years, but this guy took a dump in 8-degree weather and he sounds good.
Sorry, can you reschedule?
Yeah.
Breaking news, SiriusXM just signed him $50 million.
Right, because that's what they do.
Yes, it's going to be all Ted all the time.
The mistake we made with these assholes, and here comes the complaining again, we actually told them we have radio experience.
Yes.
That was our fucking mistake.
And Holmes.
Yeah, you walk in here and tell these guys you have no fucking experience in radio. Guess what? They'll fucking back up the money truck. But anyone with experience, don't say that if you have a job interview here. Say you have absolutely no experience and you have no intention of actually coming in. And they will give you a shitload of money. That's how they operate.
That seems to be it.
Where the fuck is Eminem? We're right next to his studio. I haven't seen him once in 2 years here.
Never will.
Been in this building, I think, close to 2 years. Not once did we see the guy.
They wouldn't let him
all right, enough,
see the likes
enough.
of us.
I'm sorry. That was too much. Too much for the guys down the hall. All right, well, there you go. That's the homeless guy thing.
Yeah, so
he's on the Today
look
Show.
for him in Cleveland.
They couldn't get him out of Columbus, Ohio, or Cleveland yesterday because he didn't have an ID.
Oh, they couldn't fly him.
Right. So I was thinking, why wouldn't they just send someone to fucking drive him down here?
Or put him on a train.
But
if there
they
is a
finally
train.
figured it out, and he is down here in New York. He's at the Today Show right now.
Or they flew him private.
Why don't we get him?
He could ride on the bottom of the train with one of those hobo sacks over his shoulder.
We should try, but it's going to be difficult now.
We got some feelers out.
If he's doing Fallon and the Today Show.
Yeah, but he's going to walk out a door. Let's fucking kidnap him. Get him over here.
Yeah, right.
Read some shit.
That'll
and
happen.
Then give him a bottle of whiskey and send him on his way.
Exactly. Have a belt to this.
Yeah. Come on, fall off that wagon, you.
Holy shit, we got Ted Williams on the phone.
Oh,
Fuck,
really?
I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. Ted Williams, how are you, sir? What's up?
Good. How are you, Opie?
I'm doing well.
Well, after much consideration, I appreciate the Cleveland offer, but I'm taking my talents to South Beach.
Golden Bun.
Shit, I thought that was the real Ted Williams. Maybe the real Ted Williams will call in a few minutes here.
He might.
I'm hoping. Williams calls in a few minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping, Anthony.
Yeah, something tells me are they trying to get through to him?
Huh?
Is that what it is? Yeah, they're trying to get through to him.
We might have a lead on Ted Williams.
Yeah.
So we're just hoping that
as a matter of fact,
the number is correct.
My inside sources say I guarantee that hotline's going to ring.
Really?
Yeah. I guarantee it.
I guess we should just stall for a second or two here and hope that Ted. It's ringing?
Don't you think he'll be on there, Jim? Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Hello?
Hey, this is Ted Williams.
Hey, Ted, how are you? You're the guy with the golden radio voice.
Yeah, it's golden, right? I ate so much gold, I'm dropping bullions in my shorts.
Wow. Ted's got some material, too.
Unbelievable. You're not just an announcer. You got some, like Ann said, some chops.
Yeah, they're going to hire me to do some talking on the TV or something. I don't know. Ted Williams. Hey, I go play some baseball.
Oh, like Ted Williams, the
original Ted Williams.
Yeah, something. I think,
Hope your life ends the same way. Your head in a fucking freezer somewhere.
What's that?
Nothing.
Freezer. Yeah, it's all freezing outside. I got my gold bullions. They're all cold.
Ooh, gold bullions again, huh?
Give me the goddamn phone, Chipper.
Oh, shit.
Hey, who's this?
You know who this is? Why do they have to ruin everything?
Oh, hi, Uncle Paul. How are you? Are you managing Ted Williams?
Changing Huck Finn. Why are they taking that word out? That's my favorite part.
You don't like that, huh?
I used to read that out loud on the train and look at people while I said it.
And I believe you have 140 chances to say that word in that book.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I would throw it in sometimes when it didn't even belong there.
Like reading the title of the book?
Yeah, look, it's a nigger tree. Nobody knew. They weren't reading it.
Well, I would assume that would get you punched in the face, Uncle Paul, if you're on a train reading that out loud.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that, Gregorio. You're right.
Yeah. Stating the obvious.
Well, yeah, once again, we should have cut this at one and done. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ted,
Ted
Paul,
Williams, Paul, Guy.
Uncle.
All right, why don't we take
Paul
a break? Let's not forget Matt LeBlanc at 8:30.
Yes. Looking forward to
Jimmy, you missed it.
What happened?
We had Ted Williams on the phone.
Oh, how was he?
He was pretty good.
Oh, God bless him.
Might be coming in a few minutes.
God bless his heart.
One at a time.
We're going to take a break. And
Yeah.
we'll regroup.
And when we return,
I don't know what we're going to do.
whatever.
Male cocksucking.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Like, man.
Sirius XM, the virus. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show.
You too, right? I was thinking about something. Oh, I think someone on Twitter yesterday sent me a really cool version of Pride. Maybe we could play that. I think it was Dirk Bentley. Remember that fucking guy? From our country
Was it
bit?
Dix
Bentley.
Bentley.
I'm not sure.
I'm Dix Bentley.
This guy claiming greatest cover ever. It's good. It's not greatest cover ever, though. Maybe we could play a little piece of that if you find it real fast. If not, who gives a fuck?
I gotta slow down my eating, man.
You all right?
I'm doing better actually for the last week or two. Yeah, I want a diet, but I don't know which one to do.
I fucked up so bad during the holidays. I ate a lot, and you know, a little poorly. Not crazy bad, but enough where I feel like a couple extra pounds on me.
Sure.
And I was just working out with the trainer and stuff this week has been a nightmare. Getting back from vacation and then just starting to get back into the whole thing again.
Right.
Sure. You just the aches and pains again. But it's really the only fucking way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Really is.
Yeah, diets are horseshit because people get a goal weight. I'm going to lose 40 pounds on the blah blah diet, and they lose the 40 pounds on the blah blah diet. So then they think, all right, I reached my goal, and then they blow off the diet because the food sucks a dick, and then you go back to eating how you did, and within 6 months you're right back where you were in most cases.
How does any diet work unless you are going to do it for the rest of your life?
I tell people all the time, you can't sacrifice food. You really can't. Also, I try to tell people, you got to take the time to find stuff, and it's not easy, that you enjoy eating that is healthy.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that'll work long term. And, of course, moving around a little bit, maybe a workout program or get on a fucking bike or do get your body moving. But all that other shit doesn't work in the end.
If you just don't look at fucking an entire cake or a pizza or something or a big cheeseburger and just decide to shove it down your mouth and not do any exercise,
right?
You can't do that.
No.
You just can't. There's food I would eat. I watch commercials for all the shitty fucking fast food places.
Popeyes.
And I'm just like, not even Popeyes.
They don't have commercials yet.
Like even like Wendy's and Burger King and stuff. Like Burger King's got this thing where it's like you buy one chicken sandwich, you get the second one for free. And all I want to do is get my free fucking chicken sandwich. I just want to hold two of those things and fucking eat them.
Are you talking about the chicken sandwich that is wrapped in the chicken sandwich?
No.
How bad do you want that?
No, that looks good.
They said fuck the buns. Yeah. Why have buns when you can have more fucking fried chicken around the other chicken?
This is a fucking breaded, fried fucking chicken shit.
God, I want one right the fuck now.
On those rolls, and it's got mayo on it, and it just looks like I just want to palm two of them and fucking.
Is there anything better than mayo?
Oh, it's delicious.
Let's have a discussion.
It's
mayo,
delicious.
fucking.
I don't eat it. I very rarely eat it.
On a fried chicken sandwich, a little.
Yeah, that is good.
Oh my.
How many calories is that? 1,000 calories?
How about a nice ham and Swiss with a healthy helping of mayo?
Mustard on ham, mayo on turkey.
No, you
What's
queer.
wrong with you?
Ham gets mustard, you fucking freaks of nature.
Yes, it does.
Ham gets mustard.
And turkey gets mayo.
Oh, yeah, he's right.
No.
Yes.
Ham and Swiss with mayo.
No.
You fucking grew up with the delis on Long Island?
Yes, and it's ham and Swiss with mustard.
No, that's with the bologna.
No, no one eats bologna. Bologna.
What about salami? What do you do with
Salami's
that?
mustard.
Mayo?
Mustard.
No.
Yes. Absolutely.
Mustard is for hot dogs. Period.
I don't know what that goes on. Wait a minute. I would never have mayo on like ham or salami.
I'd have ham and cheese with mayo.
Where the mayo comes out of the holes in the Swiss?
Yeah, he's right.
Oh, my God. Is there nothing better? Because then you get a little extra mayo because you got that hole in the Swiss.
Turkey and Swiss, you can mayo. Turkey is a mayo meat. Ham is a mustard meat. Ham is a mustard meat. Don't make a fucking maniac out of me. Ham is a mustard meat.
Quick fucking survey. What are they saying in front of you? Are they agreeing with you or me?
They all fucking
ham and Swiss mayo. Let's go.
Janine is saying, are Open Hand going to break up over a condiment break? We're doing a condiment break. Hey, and let's get into it right now. What's your favorite condiment?
What diets work, though? Honestly, do any of them work?
All right. What?
Do any of them work?
No, I think they work for the short term.
Yeah, they all work for the short term.
But here's the deal.
You can focus for the short term, and anyone could do that.
If you fucking eat right, if you just eat right and exercise, you will lose weight. And you'll fucking put on some muscle.
Yeah, I know this is coming out of nowhere, but...
where did this...
Isn't E-Rock on a diet for the new year?
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, my God, that face he just fucking made. Did you see that face?
No, I knew this had to be coming.
No, E-Rock, this is just a discussion we're having.
Oh, bullshit. Because
and out of
Sam
nowhere,
found out yesterday, and the smile on his face couldn't have been bigger. That he goes, and then he comes back into the office. He goes, "This can go on the air, right?" "Yes, Sam, it can go." "Okay," and then he takes off.
All right, let me take people inside the show. Me and Ant don't give a fuck what you put on your ham and Swiss.
Cares.
This was all about getting to E-Rock's diet and lack of sticking to it.
E-Rock has been on a diet
for 3 days.
Now he's been, but I remember. Wait a minute, you were on a diet before vacation, right?
No.
I thought you were.
No.
Before you got married?
No. I was.
When were you on a diet?
Ever? No.
You were seeing a trainer.
That was a long time ago too.
In a galaxy far.
Can I now talk about all the food you ate at the rest area? Rest stop, whatever. The rest area.
Did it come out of a hole in one of the stall walls?
That's when I knew.
Hot dog.
That's when I knew E-Rock was going to be off his diet. We went to where were we? E-Rock, AC, I guess. Did a little AC action.
Oh yeah, coming back from AC.
Coming back, and we're at the fucking service areas. And granted, really fucking hard to find something healthy. That didn't stop E-Rock, right, E?
Chicken sandwich. Roy Rogers.
Oh,
After
God,
he's-
that's not even a chicken
After
sandwich.
we're having, you know, when you drive with someone, you're having that heart-to-heart. You start talking about stuff you probably wouldn't talk about because it's a long ride. And he's talking about how he wants to get healthy, and he's seeing the trainer, and this and that. He's eating really well, and fuck, the first stop we made, he grabbed that chicken sandwich.
Oh, God.
So what
that's
happened?
so bad.
You started the diet for the new year?
Yeah, I'm trying something different.
What are you doing?
It's the South Beach diet. I don't fully understand it yet.
Oh, my God, you're not doing the South Beach diet.
Are you watching Miami Vice reruns,
Yes.
too?
How old is the
You
South
old school
Beach
fuck.
diet?
I know.
And what happens
South Beach.
after you lose weight from the South Beach diet? Then what do you do?
You can't do that just because you're washed up on South Beach. Sorry, Rick. Fat joke.
Yeah, I got it. Well, this time I decided to be a bit more realistic and didn't set a goal. I'm just gonna see how I can do adjusting to this.
What are you allowed to eat? It's like no carbs, I think.
It's
8 tons of krill
carbs and sugars
a day.
right now. It's
krill.
No carbs or sugars?
Yeah.
No.
When's the last time you had carbs or sugar?
New Year's
6
Eve.
a.m.
Oh, cool. No Domino's?
Oh yeah, I had a little piece.
Oh,
It was this little square. What was that? The flat crust, a thin crust.
Pizza.
No, it's not pizza.
That's like trying to describe I only had a little piece of the cake.
Yeah. I just put the tip in my mouth.
Right.
I didn't give a blowjob.
Right, I'm still on the I don't eat cock diet. Fucking, is there anyone better than E-Rock? I know Jimmy's a huge fan.
I love it.
E-Rock fucking rules.
Huge.
There it is, Miami Vice,
South
Beach
Beach
diet. So what happened, Sam? Take us through this.
Sam with much glee here.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize this would come up on the air.
Oh, really? You walked in and set this whole thing up for us during
Just
the
talking
break.
to you guys. Well, we got Domino's yesterday because I guess Roland and E-Rock were trying to diet together because E-Rock's been hanging out with Roland lately. And Roland, he enjoys a meal. And he makes no secret about this.
Eating.
Yeah,
he does enjoy
we were at the Connecticut casino. We all went out to eat. Roland had goulash. At 1 in the morning.
Goulash.
1 in the morning.
It looked amazing.
Fucking like my fucking Romanian grandmother. He had goulash.
Was it with the noodles?
Yeah.
The egg noodles? God damn it, I want that.
It did
Egg
look good.
noodles are the
Awesome.
best thing.
Aren't they the best?
They just soak up gravy or anything.
Although they can't
wonderful.
figure out the fucking bag they put it in.
Why?
You just make one little slice in the bag to get to the egg noodles, and they fall on the
Open
fucking
up.
floor. Why is that? Try to open up a
fix
bag of
that.
egg noodles.
Are there
It's not
people
easy.
hanging egg noodles in a closet?
What's that with the bag? What's with the egg noodle bag? They're all over the floor.
So, I don't know if E-Rock's wife realizes this or not, but Roland is going to destroy.
But Roland's on a diet, too.
No, you see, Roland's going to
Roland
destroy...
told me he's eating better in the new year.
Well, here's the thing about Roland. He's going to destroy any attempt that E-Rock makes at losing weight.
Gaining weight.
Yeah, it's a Freudian slip. Because, like, for instance, yesterday, they started the South Beach diet together as two friends. We're going to do this. We're going to support each other. We have each other's backs. Then Roland walked into the office. Roland walked into the office and heard us talking about pizza.
Yeah.
And so Roland decided yesterday for lunch, Domino's was the place to go. And I said, yes, Roland, let's do this. Domino's. So yesterday, the part of the South Beach diet that was no bread and no fruit, correct?
Yeah.
Ended up with an order of 3 medium pies and cheesy bread.
So cheesy bread is not a part of any diet.
Are you sure? Not even South Beach?
Cheesy
What
bread.
about one of those new wave type of fucking diets
No,
where you can
no,
eat nothing but cheese or something?
There's
You
no
sure?
diet that includes
You look that up.
anything
I bet you there's some
called
kind of cheese
cheesy
diet.
bread.
Did you eat cheesy bread?
No, I did not.
You wanted to though, right? E?
No, it actually did not look that well.
Oh,
It was good.
Come on, it's
What's wrong?
cheese and
Cheesy
bread.
bread.
Can we
rules.
start, Eric? I found some videos online the other day, and I'm thinking maybe this could be Eric's new diet. The the title of these videos is called Epic Mealtime.
Epic
I don't know if anybody,
Mealtime?
but people just make, it's a group of guys and they just make the most ridiculous things for breakfast. Like ham wrapped waffles deep fried in beer batter. Like, it sounds really good. I'd love to try some of this stuff.
That sounds really good. Can we have E-Rock try one of these every day?
No.
For the month of February.
We would have to get them made somewhere, but yeah, I would love to.
And
do
on our
that.
Valentine's Day, I love food.
I'd like to turn him into a little cherub.
Right.
Yeah.
We just want to get E-Rock so fat that they have to cut him out of his home one day.
Oh, fuck. Has the brand new Mrs. Nagel said anything about your weight? Is that why you're on the diet?
Whose idea was South Beach diet?
Because she's fit. She's in shape.
It was her idea.
It was her idea.
It was her idea.
How did she suggest it?
Said, could you please move to South Beach?
The book just showed up one day. It was laying.
One of those.
She's leaving fatty books around.
Fatty
It was laying on the kitchen counter next to the microwave. So I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And then later I find out, "Hey."
Next to the microwave, knowing he'll see it immediately.
Of course. She left it under the cheese doodles.
Certainly wasn't on the treadmill.
Holy shit.
She wants you to do the South Beach diet, and she wants you to run back and forth to South Beach as well. Okay.
Okay.
This is 5,000 calories, the bacon-wrapped ham, deep fried.
Opie just showed he was on a joke diet.
That was the South Black. Oh my! That's 8,000 fucking calories.
Wow,
Whoa.
these guys are eating crazy breakfast.
Wait, stop this for the 9,000 calorie fucking breakfast. What was that?
Jack Daniels.
Well, they were it's what am I trying to say here? It's all together. That's not like that one meal was 9,000. Like everything that they've made far,
they're
adding on to it. Yeah. But
oh my god, this shit looks good. What's the?
that was I think chocolate. Damn.
Or bacon, chocolate chip beer,
and bacon waffles.
Right.
Sounds delicious with some Jack Daniels sauce.
Oh, fucking yeah!
I want some of this.
Oh boy, that'll help you lose weight, right?
The greatest food on earth by far is bacon. By the way, let's not even argue.
I like turkey bacon too.
Is regular
the greatest
fucking
food
bacon
on fucking earth is bacon. It ends with that.
It gives me heartburn badly.
Yeah, but it's unfucking believable how good it tastes.
Bacon, cream cheese, stuffed French toast dumplings.
Oh, good
Come
God.
on.
How many calories?
In total so far? Oh, that is simply just 11. That's 1,163 calories.
For just 7 grams of fat.
But in the total breakfast so far, and there's still a decent amount of video here left. They've made 14,000 calories worth of breakfast.
Yeah, but how many guys are eating that?
I don't think it's that many.
I want my sausages.
It's like 4 or 5 people.
My sausages.
So, E-Rock, you're back on the diet today?
Yeah.
What have you eaten so far today?
So far, I've had a sugar-free iced tea and a one of those weight loss shakes. That's it.
Okay. Just drink water. You don't need the sugar.
Yeah, E-Rock has he cannot drink water.
Stop giving yourself sweet treats.
No, I can drink water.
You gotta drink water. Water sucks.
But I've been trying to wean off soda for the longest time.
Oh, my love.
He always puts powders in his water. You always put powders in. Every time you drink water, you put some kind of powder in it.
Yeah, that's not good.
Lipton's iced tea.
That's
cancer
aspartame.
Shit. It's hard to not drink aspartame, man.
Cancer shit, brother.
Just have water. Just tell yourself
Jesse
no.
Ventura is looking into that. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He's looking into the powders.
It's a conspiracy. That's all you got to say.
What happens after for 2 weeks? No bread, no fruit.
Yeah, and after 2 weeks, you can reintroduce it back into your diet. I don't know. It's some kind of resetting, cleansing thing. I don't know what it. And then it's mostly you can do meat and chicken and vegetables and things like that.
I'll be investigating. They're putting things in the water. Crystal Light, iced tea mix, Kool-Aid.
Delicious.
This man didn't want himself seen on camera, so we'll just go to silhouette. Oh, it's E-Rock.
He's back on the diet. So one little slip.
You're back on. You slipped off the wagon.
A little
Actually, the
pepperoni
wheels
pizza.
fell off of it.
You slipped on the bacon.
Axles broke.
You slipped on the bacon grease.
Shit.
A lot more swings in the new year.
That's it. You know what? Take more swings, you hit more. That's how it works.
They're calling it the South beef diet.
Beef.
You can have beef.
You can have beef. Can you have one of those steak martinis? Look, he just groaned. Steak martini.
It's delicious.
I told Jess we need steak martinis at our wedding just so I can count how many Iraq eats.
When is your wedding, Sam?
It won't be till like summer 2012.
You know how fast
If
that's
we're
gonna...
still here.
Shit!
We will be.
You know how fast that'll go?
Yeah.
That'll go
From
real
now
fast.
until that date, when you're standing up there going like, holy fuck, I'm getting married, it's going to seem like 2 seconds.
It's going to be a nice day, though.
I don't doubt it. For you, you're the one, winning in this.
Yeah. She's going to be the Anthony crying the night of the wedding.
Yeah,
What did I do?
What did I do? I suck. This fucking blows. I could have done so much better. Oh,
well, that's
now just mean.
personal attack.
That's mean. Iraq's happy.
Anyway, back to
Pressures
the-
off
They
of
look
him.
good.
Oh my God! What are these guys digging
Bacon
into?
bread. That doesn't even look good.
It
Yeah,
doesn't.
that looks a little rough.
Here's what they did too. They basket weave together bacon, and then cook it, and it becomes like a wrap. So they then use this bacon basket weave square thing that's cooked as a wrap, and then they wrap other really healthy stuff in it.
What they just did there, that was the first part of this video. It shows them, they make candied bacon. They candy bacon. These guys are awesome.
They're awesome.
They really are awesome.
It probably is very good.
You know what we should do? We should
Make
take
love?
Well, we're going to do that a little later. We should take a break, though, because
it's just always.
Well, Jimmy spends
We
all...
have to suck dicks. We got to make love. We got to fuck each other in the ass.
Jimmy spends all morning hoping. Just throwing out little hopes.
So
All right, why don't we take a break so we can get Matt LeBlanc in here? I think he's going to be here any moment, so we should break now so we're not in a weird, we got to keep going with the show. So when we get back, we should have Matt LeBlanc from his new show on Showtime called Episodes, which we've all seen and we've all enjoyed. So stay there.
The Opie and Anthony Show. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony on the virus. Sirius XM. Sirius XM. The virus. Yeah, this is the Opie and Anthony Show. There's too many men, too many people making too many problems, and there's not much love to go around. Can't you see this is a land of confusion?
Great cover, right?
Yeah, you're talking about good covers or great covers. Disturbed doing Land of Confusion, the old Genesis song.
Yeah. I was noticing that, what's his name? Genesis. Fuck.
Phil Collins?
Mind just went on me. Yeah, Phil Collins. He looks now like his puppet looked in this video. Doesn't he look just like the puppet?
That's a very good observation.
Yeah. There he is.
Matt LeBlanc, how are you, sir?
Hello, Matt.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Before you ask, yeah, we're on the air.
Yeah, we're on the air.
People always sit down and go, are we on the air? After like 5 minutes of just yapping, well,
yeah,
we're actually on the air.
And I want to start by saying this. We've all seen the new show, and we like it.
We got
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we got the advanced copies, and we actually did our homework and watched the show.
Well, good. That's better than...
but you don't understand. We usually don't do
better
that.
than you saying it stinks.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't stink at all, sir.
No, it's very cool. I love the good inside look at the bullshit that goes on in Hollywood.
We deal with some of that
right.
same bullshit in radio, which is
but
different.
it's such a lower rung. Don't even try.
Yeah, I guess we can't. Why relate to one of the biggest fucking sitcom stars ever?
Yeah, we're kind of like
asshole.
you, except for the money and fame stuff. The characters in that show, the L.A. casting people.
Why don't you have any pants on?
I have sweatpants come flying today. Okay. So I always travel
He's doing
with
Leno.
sweatpants.
Jimmy's a big star. He's doing Leno.
I'm shooting something for him this weekend, and I go out Monday. But I fly from here to Phoenix,
Yeah.
and I always wear sweatpants when I fly.
Why is that?
More comfortable. I actually am weird because I piss so much that when I fly, I always put my hands. Yes, I put my hands where my my waistband is, so it's not pressing down on my stomach. Because when I wear a belt when I fly, I've been in the bathroom every 2 seconds. So it actually makes me pee less. I put my hands, not on my balls, just on my
You
my
have
leg.
to go all the time?
I'm the worst. Yeah, believe me. Patrice told me I should be checked for diabetes.
Have you been?
Terrible.
Yes, I'm fine.
Oh,
I
then why you pee a lot?
I don't know, but that is why I wear sweatpants when I fly.
You don't wear sweatpants, Matt?
No, but I want to hang out with you more.
Believe me, Jimmy is fun to hang with.
You would really have a good time with Jimmy.
The people in the L.A.
We haven't even named the show. It's episodes.
It's on Showtime. It's actually this Sunday, 9:30.
Starts at 9:30, right?
Yep, this Sunday.
It's the best look at the way those behind-the-scenes people are. I mean, they were really funny and repulsive. I mean, they were really hateable and extremely accurate. It was that was one of my favorite parts of the show, was just showing how awful the people at the network can be.
Well, I mean, it's obviously it's amplified a little bit,
right?
But it's an interesting look at it's all the people that they've run into, the producers that are network people, all the people that are and they've sort of mixed everyone together to come up with these kind of bizarro characters.
Are there people that you definitely went, oh yeah, that is so and so from when we did Friends or whatever you were working on at the moment? Was it like, yeah, this is that person?
No comment. I see it coming a mile away.
Perhaps, I don't know.
Could be.
I don't want to get assassinated.
Right.
I'm sure there were a few.
How do we explain the show? We should start there.
Yeah, it's
in your words, Matt. I mean, how would you explain?
It's a show
episodes?
about the making of a show
that was really successful, and
it's a show that the show is really it's about this British couple who are a writer-producer team, and they have a hit show in England, and they are wooed by the American networks, one American network, to bring their show stateside and recreate it, and they're promised the world. And one by one, every promise is broken, and they just take it in the shorts.
And then the show becomes completely different.
Yeah, and
completely, where he's now a hockey coach. I think we could say that, right?
It's about the show originally is about the headmaster of an elite boys' academy who's hopelessly in love with a middle-aged lesbian. And when they bring it to the States, the network wants to fire that guy, played by Richard Griffiths, and replace him with me. So I play myself, Matt LeBlanc, or a version of myself. I mean, it's not really a documentary. It's this scripted version of myself. And since I'm not really old enough to play, or I don't look right to play the headmaster, we change it to coach, and then it becomes a hockey coach. And then the lesbian, we change her to be straight so that there's room for something down the line, and just kind of meddle with their show and water it down and water it down and water it down and water it down.
And the writer-producer team, are not happy, obviously. They took their little baby very seriously and hate that it's being chopped apart and changed into something different.
It's absolutely what happens, though. I mean, you've had to have seen that happen during your career.
Well, I mean, it's sort of a play. There's a lot like The Office, and I think Shameless, another show that comes on right after us, is actually based on a show that was a hit in London. It seems to be a trend. Shows coming from overseas over here, getting remade and put back on the air. But my show is really interesting. The writing, I think, is really good. It's really sharp and smart. It's David Crane and Jeffrey Clarick, and David was the head writer on Friends. So when he called me up and he said, "Hey, we have an idea." And I said, "Oh, okay." I was just, I was sitting on the couch doing nothing.
So what the hell? Why not?
I love how you are in the show, though, because it's like leading men in the shows are always made out. The obsession with likable, and they talk about likable, which is just a word you learn to hate. Mm-hmm. And you do some things that make you're like a really complete person in the show. It's like there are times where you're like a really nice guy and compassionate, and they show the humanity of being divorced and all this stuff. And then there's a couple things you do that are just scumbag moves, and it's great. It's like that's what a complete person is. It's like they don't take away that part of your personality or of your character to make you more likable.
And it was also really fun to sort of take pot shots at myself, make fun of the whole Friends fame. Mm-hmm. It was fun, and I got to say, I don't know that I would have been so up for it had it not been in the hands of these two guys writing it. Right. They were there for the whole Friends thing, so it was like, if I'm gonna make fun of myself, I felt really in good hands with them doing it, and it was they're really clever and sharp, and it was fun.
With that said, did you really have a cologne out?
No, we never had it.
Okay, because that's part of some of the future episodes down the line where he makes fun of cologne that he had out.
That was one of my favorite lines in the thing where I think the woman goes, "Yeah, well, catchphrase is kind of like, and you're like, yeah, well, tell it to my house in Malibu." And it's like it really is easy to shit on something, but it's like
right? It bought me a house.
One of the most successful shows of all time. Yeah. Do you when you come off a show like of that magnitude, which is it is one of the biggest ever? What is the process you go through? Like, okay, I want to take a little bit of time off, or I want to get right back into it, or I'm only going to be seen as this guy. I mean,
well, for me, I went straight into doing Joey for 2 years, and that was less than spectacular experience. I mean, it was actually really interesting because it's on the same. We had the same stage, same crew, and it just wasn't. The writing wasn't there.
Do you think people miss the other characters?
I don't know if it was that. I think it just, the stories we told on Joey were, I think, maybe in the wrong direction. I think one thing that hampered the show was to have the nephew to saddle Joey with a nephew so that he had to be a role model. Really sort of handcuff the character because I wanted to see Joey in L.A., at the Playboy Mansion or drinking a beer on the Hollywood sign or going out, all this fun stuff he wanted to see. And because he had to be a role model and set an example for his nephew, it kind of handcuffed the character in a way.
You must love
emasculated him a little bit.
Yeah.
You must love the fact, though, that with this show you're able to break away from that kind of role models, squeaky clean kind of.
Yeah, it's not the sort of network. I'm not selling.
Yeah.
I'm not selling. Cars and diapers anymore.
Yeah.
And, swearing and talking about lesbians and.
I mean that because obviously you got to be afraid. There's got to be. It's the double-edged sword thing with being on a hit show like that. The typecasting, the thing, people will just say this, or, they'll say, here's this character, and that's who we'll always be. So it must be nice to break out of that. And
yeah, sure. I mean, typecasting, if you really want to get to the bottom of it, look, everybody's just like a squirrel trying to get a nut, trying to make money. If you can make money in this world, you make money in this world. Whether it's typecast or not, who really gives a shit? You know what I mean? So I don't really have that big of a problem with it.
No, see, that's good. Yeah, Spock had a problem with it a few years ago.
But this is great, though, because...
he wrote a book called I Am Not Spock. It's like, shut up, yes, you are.
I know. Well, then get one fucking thing solved and in search of it. We won't think of you as Spock. What a cock tease that show was. Really, the biggest questions ever, and they had less answers than I did, and I was 11.
Like Monster Quest is the new one like that. Have you seen that?
No. Yeah. It's like, the Loch Ness Monster.
They never find Bigfoot.
Bigfoot's never there.
The whole show is in the commercial for each episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to watch it. It sounds like they found Bigfoot this week. I think they found him.
All those dumb ghost hunter shows, and they show people go, "What's that?" And it's the night vision camera. And then if you ever watch the show, you realize the guy's like, "What's that?" It's me. Okay. So there's nothing going on there.
They've all admitted they're hoaxes. The Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, that famous photo of Nessie coming out of the water was like the surgeon's photo was hoaxed. They're all hoaxes, every one of them.
What did you think? There was a real monster?
Yeah, I don't know. Enough people saw it. Of course I did.
Yeah, you like to think, right?
Yeah, you dream. That's what you look forward to.
There's something in there.
How great was it to... Some of the lines in this were so...
Can we talk about our favorite scene? Because it's in the first episode, I believe. where the English guy had a freaking audition for his own part.
That was
that's an amazing scene.
It's extraordinarily uncomfortable because you're watching these people watch this great actor.
That's part of the big hit when it was in Europe.
Yeah.
So your favorite scene is one that I'm not in. Just
I can talk about a few.
That's wonderful, isn't it?
I said one of them. I didn't say, or did I say favorite?
I'll be honest.
Favorite, I'm fucked.
The best scene ever.
Ever done?
I think it was ever filmed.
Ever filmed?
Exactly.
I think that it was very politically incorrect too. Like the show really did some fucking impolite stuff, which was great. And I won't say what episode it was or what happens, but there's one scene where they're at a benefit for rape victims. And some of the dialogue in that and the way you're just you're yapping while she's talking up there about her rape and he's fucking talking and popping a wine bottle.
It's a rape benefit. It's a benefit for rape with a wine tasting involved. That alone is just killer.
A little tacky.
And they got a gift bag after the thing.
Gift bag.
And what was in it again? There was
a bottle of Merlot, a corkscrew, and a rape whisk.
Yeah. So, they're not being politically correct.
Dude, and they can never be accused of making fun of rape at all, but it's like just the context of it. Like,
right,
the opening, like they're all sitting at the table, and Matt's there with there's the bottle in front of him, and you just hear the woman go, and he struck me with a piece of pipe. And then he just starts talking to his friends and fucking talking.
He can't wait to open up his bottle of wine.
See? I did a pilot with her once.
Yeah, you're saying what a shitty actress she was?
Not a good actress. I think she does voiceovers for like cartoons and shit.
That's hysterical.
It was such a genuine, uncomfortable thing to watch. Like, how could anybody discuss this while she's talking about her rape?
It's funny because when we were shooting that scene, we pitched a lot of different jokes for it was funny things come in threes, right? So it was I did a pilot with her once, not a good actress. I think she does voiceover now for cartoons and shit. So, but that third line, we pitched all different kinds of stuff. It was,
some probably didn't squeak through.
All of them.
A little too raunchy. Even for Showtime.
Stairs and practices was like, we don't have advertisers, but
we still want to stay on the air.
We still read emails and letters from people who give us death threats. You have to be very happy with the way this came out. I mean, I had some genuine fucking out loud laughs alone, which is really hard to do when you're watching 6 or 7 episodes in a row.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks. Yeah, and I am really proud of it. There's 7 episodes, and it really builds to a nice finale at the end.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Oh, right to the end.
Yeah.
Can I tell everyone what happened?
No.
I wouldn't do that.
No? Because it's so good. I just got to tell people.
Uncomfortable guy.
But it's nice how, you have these 3 characters that are, and you sort of watch their marriage kind of go downhill, and it's about this couple that are at that age where they should be having kids, but they don't have kids. So the show is like their baby, their show in England, and they bring it here, and their child is in jeopardy. And I come in and I sort of represent the, if you will, the big evil world that presents danger to their child, and kind of, sneak my way, put their child in danger. And at the end, it really is. You find yourself kind of caring about these characters that you think, oh wait, I don't care about these people. I guess I do.
Yeah,
I kind of do. When did that happen? And it kind of sneaks up on you.
I was surprised where it went. I'll just say that I was very surprised with certain things that happened as the episodes went on. I was like, wow. You think they're not going to do something because again, it makes him less likable or it makes someone less likable. I was very happy that it went where it went.
I'll tell you this much: the last scene. So uncomfortable and so funny at the same time, and so there you go.
The opening scene,
it was fucking perfect, though, man.
The minute he walks in,
I want to say it so bad, but it sets up for a second season, that's for sure.
Yeah, the minute he walks in, it's every humiliation every one of us have ever had with a celebrity. It's like they're all expecting this big, the network is like, well, Matt's dying. He loves the project. And so he walks in, he's on his cell phone talking to these people who are building him a restaurant. And he's like, so I'm here, why? And you just realize they have to pitch him the show, and they don't want to pitch him the show. And it's every embarrassment every one of us have ever felt about being around a celebrity,
There's a great joke in that scene too, because they were told that I saw their show while I was in London shooting a movie, and so they say, "Did you just do a movie in London?" And I say, "No," and they say, "So you're not a big fan?" And I go, "Of London? No, of us. Oh, you guys, no."
But then don't you start shitting on the show and comparing it with something and making some comparison to another show that they hate? It's a very uncomfortable, unpleasant exchange. But right out of the gate, you fucking come off as really unpleasant, which hooked me in to wanting to watch the show. It's like he's not being the adorable, fun movie star guy.
Yeah, I like that aspect of it too. Right out of the gate, it's like, oh, he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How much have they offered you guys for a reunion show, Friends?
I have
anyone
no idea.
come through?
The rumor's been going around for a while now, and I could tell you right now that I spoke directly to David Crane about it, and it's not happening.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. Yeah. It never was happening. I don't know where that rumor came from, but it's.
You bump into each other every so often?
If it is happening, it's happening without me, and I'll be fucking pissed.
You'll be the guy on the phone. It's like, hey, everyone, it's Joey. He's calling.
From Paris. Isn't it always Paris?
It's somewhere where they can't have a camera.
Right.
That's terrible.
Did you see, we also love The Comeback that Lisa Kudrow did, The Comeback. Did you see those episodes? Or any of it?
I did see that.
It's great,
For
right?
me, that was hard to watch because Lisa's like we were all like brothers and sisters. We all really cared about each other. And to watch her play a character who never won.
Right. That was extremely uncomfortable.
I wanted to see every episode. I wanted to see her score. She's great in it, and I thought it was a really well-done show, and she played the part beautifully. But I was so rooted for her to win, and it was really hard. And it's hard when you know someone to watch them do something, and you know what I mean? I care so much about her. It was really hard for me to watch that show.
There was so many humiliations.
It's a testament to how good the show was, because I bought it. I bought it full bore.
I never met her, and it was hard to watch. It was just this
So
nice woman trying so hard to be liked and succeed, and all these little things, and you're home cringing. Anytime a show can make you go like, oh, fuck.
Did you feel that way watching David Schwimmer and Band of Brothers?
He was good in that.
No, I mean he was good in that, but it was like he was just such an ass in it, and you're like, oh, this is painful.
He's an asshole. I'm having dinner with him tonight, so I hope he's listening.
Oh, yeah. You still do bump into those guys and hang out every so often?
I've actually seen Schwim quite a bit lately. He's married now, and he's having a baby, and. He's a good guy. He's directing. He's doing good. Yeah. Matthew's got a new show.
You just laugh and throw hundreds around.
Thousands.
Yeah, what's wrong talking about?
Is it hard? Is it hard when you guys are all on the show together, and you see whether Jennifer Aniston doing a movie or somebody else doing something?
A movie? How about 10 a year?
But I'm saying every time it comes up, do you ever feel like is there any? It's hard to watch that because I see people with things I've done moving on to something else. And there's a slight bit of, wanting to be
jealousy.
A part of it. Not even jealousy, because I'm sure
I think, wow, she's got to get up early and go do radio interviews for that. While I'm laying in bed going.
Yeah.
So you don't feel any desire to be a part?
I'm happy for her. Yeah, no, it's not a race. I don't look at it like that. It was never, a competition in my opinion between any of us. And God bless her. God bless anyone that can work as much as they want to, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, and it's never a feeling of bad for the other person, but sometimes it's just man, I feel like I just feel like I'm getting left behind, and I feel like that a lot. But again, I wasn't on one of the biggest shows in history either. I guess it's a little bit different when you've got that resume.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't feel that way at all. You should talk to a shrink or something.
Oh, I do.
He does.
Once a week.
Does.
Yes, I think she's technically a social worker. She's lovely. We're getting to the bottom of a lot of things.
Oh, are you?
Why do I lose my erections if there's no shame? Things like that.
Sure.
Do you? Was there certain? Personality traits or whatever. There's one trait in there that you have as a character, which is very funny, and it's what every guy would give himself. Yeah.
had nothing to do with it.
You didn't pitch that in the writers' meeting.
No, they called me. They called me up and they said, "We want to give you a huge dick in the show." And I said, "All right." What are you going to say to that?
Yeah.
Who's going to argue that one? No. Make me hung like a field mouse.
You don't want to. You don't want to have that false advertising thing though, where it gets talked up too much, and then in real life you're kind of like,
Yeah, look, for the record, I'm a completely normal, proportioned guy.
See, there you go.
Ant's got a huge hog.
No, see, that's
what people say.
That's bad.
That's
you can't
been bad
say
for
that.
you?
No, it hasn't been bad, but believe me, it's very good. But no, it's just one of those things that it's like you don't want the expectation to be so much that the reality isn't, doesn't live up to the.
But you remember,
you got to put in the extra work.
Mine's big enough. Gets me off every time.
Gets me off every time.
She's shaking her head in the corner. Slow down, man. Slow down.
That's great.
Right.
No, you always remember that stuff. When you hear rumors about a guy's hog, like I've heard James Woods, Chaplin, you remember that stuff. I heard Leno, too. Yeah, I heard he's packing a monster. And every time I see him, that's all I think of. I just want to ask him. No, yeah.
Did you hear that?
Milton Berle.
Howard, did you hear that?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, that was obviously years ago.
And I'll pull out just enough to beat you.
Just enough to beat you. A great line, man.
I was driving to work. I had to pull over.
That was
one of the funniest
man.
things I've ever heard. That's a great one.
Just enough to beat you.
Especially from such a little twerp like Milton Berle. Like, you would never expect it from this little, vaudeville-type comic. There's not the guys you expect
But he
to
didn't
have.
want to talk about it. Howard kept badgering him. He was like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Finally.
Forrest Tucker was supposed to have a big one, too.
Who's Forrest Tucker?
He's the guy from F Troop. The other guy. The straight man.
Oh, I don't know
Not
who that
Agarn.
is.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you're going back into obscure people.
When I was
I heard the guy that produced The Honeymooners.
Legendary.
Were there any scenes that you wanted to do for this? Like, I know you said there were certain jokes you wanted to do. Were there any scenes that you wanted to do that they're like, that's going to hurt you on the show. That's going to make people not like you. Do they throw any of that likability stuff at you or no?
No, I got to say, in terms of showrunners, we got two really, really, really smart guys. David and Jeffrey really crafted the thing very well. And, there would be certain pitches. I would pitch jokes here and there, and sometimes they would get in, and sometimes they wouldn't. But for the most part, it was them writing the whole thing, and it was really their doing, and everyone felt like we were in really good hands.
It's got to be nice to be in a place where you can just at this place in your career.
I had this relationship with David. I worked for him for 10 years,
right.
We're friends. So, and that show was fairly successful. You know what I mean? So when he has an idea, you tend not to second guess it. So it's really nice to be involved with something where you have this blind faith, and you're in good hands, and he gives you a note and says, try it a little more this way, and you don't then go in your own head and go, oh, well, if I do it that way, do I need to worry about? You don't have any of that. There's no inner monologue going on. You just commit and go for it. And
what do you do when that does happen, though, when you're working for somebody and you're just kind of like, oh, God,
you second guess it, and you kind of go, is that really the best way to do it? And then it fucks with your head. You get in your head, and
do you try to diplomatically say, like, I think I could do this this way?
Well, it's like they'll say, well, let's try one that way. And you say, all right, we'll try one. And that's the one that ends up in the movie.
Well, for safety.
Yeah, I like the one for safety is the
just
best
one.
one. All right, no, that was all good. We're just going to do it one more time. And
do it how it's written, please.
Oh, this is the one that you're going to use because, the other ones were good.
Some of the best direction I ever got, I was doing an episode of Louis' show, and I did a line. He goes, all right, I want your motivation to be something other than it's just your next line to say.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, he gave me a beating.
Talk to you like that,
which
my
is friend,
hysterical.
But, he fucking clubbed me good. I deserved it.
Is it just waiting for your next line?
Yeah.
You're staring at the person waiting for your cue?
Yeah, I think it was actually one thing he would do during Lucky Louie, he would actually move his lips at times when somebody else was talking.
I've seen that on show when people.
I don't know if you could catch it. Like we would catch it in rehearsal once in a while, like somebody else would, because he wrote all of it. So
I used to do that. I'm notorious for that.
Really? Mouthing other people's lines?
In the process of learning my lines, I learn everybody's lines.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
What I mean? So Jennifer Aniston used to get on me all the time. She used to go, Maddie, Jesus Christ, you got to stop. What are you doing? You're saying my lines as I'm saying them. Am I really? I wasn't aware of that. Yeah.
Lips moving.
Stop. You got to stop. Sorry.
Yeah, people notice that at home.
Yeah, we'll look for that now.
Are you better? Are you like a better first take guy, or are you one of those guys like Brando used to have cards all over the place so he wouldn't know the lines, or are you like 3 or 4 takes in is when you start to?
I think first take.
Really?
Yeah.
Ed Wood.
Damn,
nice.
We got an Ed Wood guy.
What's your greatest fear as an actor? Like, I mean, for me, it's like this is so stupid. I always have trouble acting when I'm standing. I really don't. I always tell actors this, but I don't know what to do with my hands when I act.
Those hands of
I
yours.
really don't. They're torture. I either over gesticulate like that and look stupid, or I just stiff
arm.
Like, what's a hard scene for you to do, or something that you've like historically have had trouble with?
You know, that's a good question. A lot of people say comedy's really hard. For me, comedy's easy. The thing that's hard for me is, like, if it's something, you know, as an actor, you use emotional memory. Like, if you need to be really upset, so you imagine, like, your mom dying or something. Whenever I have to sort of substitute something in my own life to get emotionally to a place I need to be, that's really hard for me because I don't like to, you know, I don't like to
reg up things.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't want to think about that. Or,
Not again,
my
right.
dog died when I was a kid.
I gotta be
you know what I mean?
sad.
It's like, fuck that. Let's tell jokes.
Is that like method acting, though? Would you consider yourself more of a method actor? Is that what that is, where you kind of get into?
I guess that's, you know, for me, acting is it's just you just pretend.
Make believe.
Yeah.
It's like a license to not ever have to grow up. Just make believe.
Right.
Make believe you're getting shot. Make believe you're falling off the building. Make believe you're in love. Make believe you hate that person. Right?
Yeah.
It's all fake.
Great gig.
Yeah, they always tell me, make believe you can act. I just fucking mumble through it.
Make believe you're good at it.
We're being told Matt's got to get out of here. He's a really busy man. But we loved it, man. Showtime.
Thanks, you guys.
Episodes premieres this Sunday at 9:30 on Showtime.
Yeah, check it out. Very funny, man.
And it's a great story. It's got a great story arc, and I suggest it highly. I had some tremendous laughs in this. I wouldn't say it if I didn't like it, but I wouldn't lie to you and tell you it was great.
Because it comes off at the end of watching all 7, you're left with this feeling of like it's smart, it's funny, and it's like really racy and raunchy and stuff. But there's not one piece of nudity in it.
Right.
If you think about it, there's not one.
Well, we'd like to see the blonde's tits.
Sure.
Let's be honest with
Well,
you.
you see a little of the top.
A little bit. You see,
See nothing. Well, in the porno video that she shot.
Oh, that's right. That was shot perfectly.
Yeah. She brought that in from home.
She just brought it in. All right,
thanks
Matt,
a lot,
we gotta get
Matt.
you out of here.
All
Matt
right.
LeBlanc,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thanks, you guys.
The Opie and Anthony Show. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony on the Virus, Sirius XM. The Virus, Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
One man comes on a barbed wire fence. One man he resists. One man watched on an empty beach. One man betrayed with a kiss. In the name of love, what more in the name of love? In the name of love.
Oh, yeah, this was the cover I was talking about. I guess it's not that good. Dirks.
Oh, is it?
Dirks Bentley. Something like that.
DX.
What do you think of the Friends guy?
Matt LeBlanc.
Thumbs up, right?
Matt LeBlanc.
He's a big star.
A big star.
We don't get a lot of big stars on our show. We got another big star walking down the hallway, Patton Oswalt.
There he is. He is walking down the hall, isn't he?
Yeah, he's taking a sweet old time. I'm so happy.
What is this star-studded show?
And look at Roland. Bring him right in, Roland. Rolling. Patton! Come on in, Patton.
Yeah, you might as well come right in.
Very funny guy, Patton Oswalt, who's playing, where are we playing? Caroline's?
Yeah.
Caroline's this weekend. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Caroline's, 212-757-4100. First time on our show. It's about time.
Yeah.
We've been trying to get you on this show for fucking ever.
Been a while.
Dude, I got to tell you.
That never happened.
Well, you were in the movie Big Fan.
Right.
And I was a big fan of Big Fan.
You saw it? Oh, thanks.
And I said...
We're going to see that.
But I said, let's get this guy on. I loved it. Not a lot of people saw it. It was like kind of an independent type of thing.
Oh,
right?
that thing, like it toured the country like a little band in a van. Like it would play a week somewhere and then vanish, show up somewhere else. There was no actual. I felt like, do we have one print of this movie? Are we just driving it to theaters and like going flyering the town and all right, we'll see you tonight for the screening?
Was it your baby or you were just called to play the main role there?
I was called to play the main role.
Okay.
The guy that wrote it was the. He wrote.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
It's Jimmy Norton. He wrote The Wrestler.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah. And then so he was getting offers to write other stuff, and he's like, "Nah, put my money in this thing. I want to do this."
We're talking about Big Fan.
Oh, yeah. It was great.
I really liked the film because you were such a creep. A caller to a sports talk show. that was very obsessed.
That must have been seeing like a lot of your callers all just kind of gelled into one person on the screen.
Oh, please. Callers stink.
And then who's in the movie is Scott Farrell.
Yeah, he was the voice.
Our old pal Scott Farrell was the sports guy.
No kidding.
Then you called. You don't
really.
Oh,
Is he a real? I don't listen to sports. Is he a real sports guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so he deals with those people then.
Yeah. And you would get in the movie. You would get everything you want to say on a piece of paper. It was almost serial killer-ish.
Well,
and you had to have a perfect call to make sure you're still like the number one caller.
Perfect call.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. To be the number one caller for this particular sports talk show.
You guys must get calls where you figure out halfway through that this guy wrote all this down. He's clearly reading.
Oh, sure.
We would love that if people wrote something down. We get people that don't even know they're on the air.
Right.
Like, what? Huh?
Yeah,
what are you guys doing?
Yeah, you're on the air. No, say what you want to say. Me? Yes, you.
But they learn from us because we don't write anything. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Why are we expecting more from them?
True.
Apparently, the guy that wrote Big Fan said he would listen to sports radio and hear these callers. And the minute they would hang up, in his mind, he would go, okay, what's that guy doing right now? Like, now that his call is done, how does he fill the next 23 hours and 57 minutes?
Right.
What does he do? And then that's where the movie
because you can't really call more than once usually.
Yeah.
It really is interesting, too, because I used to listen when we were off the air for a couple of years. I would ride around, look at prostitutes, and listen to Beningo at night. That's what I would do. Hours of sports radio just to forget that I wasn't on radio anymore.
Yeah.
And the same people night after night after 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're calling up making these fucking who gives a shit points about the Mets, in the middle of relief. All right, thanks for the call. It's like, why would you give a fuck?
Meanwhile, those prostitutes, the same bald guy in the car every night. I come down here, I'm right down here, and the same guy. It's really weird, man. And I think he's got the windows up. He's clearly listening to something in there. I don't know what. Just come out and say hi to me. Just stare, and it's really weird.
What a creep.
I should write a movie about that guy.
Jimmy's best story.
That's a great point.
You got to tell Patton. We've told it on the air a few times, but your best prostitution story is when they took your glasses.
Wasn't they? I was looking at trannies.
Right. You got to tell Pat.
No, she. Respect. It was
such an amazing story.
I would ride around looking at trannies, and I was looking at one, and I wasn't going to buy it. I just kept stopping. I was wearing glasses back then because I had an eye infection.
Right.
Many years ago, I was living in Jersey, and I stopped, and the tranny walked over and snatched my glasses off and said, "For wasting my time," and walked away. And I'm literally sitting there in my car, and I can see maybe from here to Opie. I am completely fucking blind.
Wow.
And a cop was riding by, and I actually high beamed and flashed the cop, and I'm like, he came over, and I'm like, she took my glasses, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing here? That's a guy, and I had to pretend I didn't know. I'm like, really?
Oh, see, I didn't have my glasses on.
Yeah.
Did you affect a Kansas accent? I'm just visiting this city, and this real tall woman come up with big forearms and grabbed my specs off of my face.
I was just going to ask for directions.
Yeah, I think the Jersey plates gave it away.
Oh,
wow. So you can literally say, a hooker took my glasses.
Oh, yeah. I can certainly say that.
So you never have gotten off the playground. They're either taking your lunch money or your glasses. It just never ends.
My dignity, my no herpes status.
Sorry, they took my lunch money and my no herpes status. These bullies are really rough.
We're being bullied.
I had a hooker pop my fucking, take my key out of my ignition one time. We were stopped.
How do you let them reach into the car this far?
She was in the car.
Oh, she was in the... Oh, wow.
Jesus, Anthony.
Silly me. I assumed
every once in a while he would
invite
one inside.
No, I was giving her a ride. Like I would give them rides. This before I was really dating a lot in New York and getting whores. I was giving her a ride, and I would see if I could finagle anything. And this one, I was like, I'm just giving you a ride. And we stopped at the stop sign. And
a marketplace in Bangladesh,
and fucking popped out my keys. And you got to give me 20.
You know, Jim, when they say they want to listen to Delilah, change the state. Let them listen. They're very insistent on the right music. You know, it's got to be Peebo Bryson if I'm going to go down on you. I can't do it to this old 70s metal. The mood's not right.
Yeah, hookers never like Sabbath. I learned that.
Hookers don't like Sabbath. There's your next book title. Hookers don't like Sabbath. Scares them away.
You got the keys taken away, and then what'd you do? You had to
gave 20.
Did you get anything?
No, I might have got to see the tits or something. I mean,
and the hairs on him.
Yeah, you have to. Well, you know, it was dark.
Razor stubble.
Yeah, you know.
Wow, that's bad, man.
Oh, they smell like Nair. I like it. Very nice. So you bought your keys back.
I really did. But you learn if you don't do that, there's going to be a problem. It's like you have to.
I got to ask you, why did you invite this female, male, woman?
No, this was a woman.
Oh, sure.
Sure she was.
Into the car.
To drop her off somewhere. Sometimes I would just talk to them and get a feel. Like one girl I used to drop off in Jersey. I told this story in Confessing It in Montreal. And I wound up, I really did not know she was a tranny. I fucked her in the ass. And then I realized when I was fucking her, there's no bag, no nothing, Jersey City.
Oh, Jesus. Come on.
This is this is late 90s at some point.
That's playing Russian roulette with an automatic.
Yeah, you had just seen The Phantom Menace. You're in a good mood. Late 90s. You come out. Jim, no offense. Your life is Taxi Driver without the guns or push-ups. You realize that, right? Like, that's basically your life.
That's fucking bad.
Yeah, it's like someone either adds some pull-ups and a massacre, and you're just Travis Bickle, basically.
Yeah, at least that'll be something heroic.
Yeah, I just have the lonely part.
Yeah, I know.
Sad.
Yeah, that guy Travis Bickle. You heard that Jim Norton guy?
How'd you discover that he had a penis?
I was...
Because you swear that you didn't know at first.
No, I really didn't. We were fucking. I would tell you if I did. We were fucking, and I think it was like I was kneeling between the legs. It was dark. It was pitch black in my car in Jersey City, in a project, like next to a dumpster.
Wow.
And I just looked down.
Were you just trying to take every risk possible? Okay. I have something. AIDS, robbery, murder.
Please just give me something, right?
Yeah.
They're going to name something after me.
Jim's Law.
Wait, stack them up.
Hey, what happened to that guy? He suddenly lost a lot of weight. He got Norton. It's really weird. He went Norton, man. You know what happens? These guys, they get. Oh, it's really weird.
Terrible. Could you pile them all up again? It was Jersey City.
That was Jersey
no
City.
Bag,
Projects.
No bag. Projects. Pitch dark. Tranny.
Yeah, I lived in North Brunswick at the time.
Jesus.
My parents and I was driving.
Holy
and I forget how it happened. I think she just flagged me down and asked for a ride, like a legit ride. She's like, I'm going back to Jersey. It's my Jersey place.
I wouldn't.
Little help. Little help here.
Need a ride.
Who's got a ride for an old showgirl?
There's no way I'd pick anybody up if they needed a ride. What were you doing? Come on,
looking for prostitutes.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at hookers. What do you think I was doing? It was 3 in the morning. I lived with my mom and dad.
You seem to window shop a lot.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. That's most of my addiction was just looking. It was a weird ritual.
Looking.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Ritualistic. I would only pick them up if they got it on the right side. Like if they looked it on the right side, I would stop. It was like all these things to keep the ritual going and not act out on it.
Right side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you managed to work obsessive compulsive disorder into your hooker habits.
Into this horribly dangerous situation.
Right. Again, I just can't. I can't think that the hookers started to talk about you like, oh, there's that right side guy.
Yeah, go to the
here
left.
Here comes the right side guy. Don't go the other way. You know how he is.
They do recognize you after a while, and at times they'll heckle you, like they'll yell things. I got yelled at because literally I would never stop.
Heckled on the road
by hookers. Yeah.
Keep riding around, like shit like that. Like they just get annoyed that you're riding around and not stopping.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's great.
So you're fucking this thing in the ass.
Yeah.
It's pitch black. Very dangerous neighborhood
And then you look
project.
down.
And then you look down. What did?
It was just, I knew. Balls. I knew. I mean, I was young. I was an idiot. I mean,
I love the absolute. I knew.
Like,
Yeah,
oh
I
my
just
God!
knew.
You have 2 tumors in each labia. It's terrible. You should see a doctor.
But I literally was very naive about that at one point in my life. For a long time, I would get whores, and I didn't like. I remember a New Brunswick cop told me because I would always feel for tits. And he's like, so they get implants. I never occurred to me.
The cop was helping you out, though?
He's a buddy of mine, sober buddy. I never realized that a guy would get tits. Like, it didn't occur to me. I was getting hookers for a long time at that point. I would always check.
So that's when you were just so sweet and innocent.
Yeah, that was before it
you
all went
really
wrong.
were. Yeah, just like a tender doe in the woods.
I remember one Puerto Rican chick got in my car and she was eating peanut brittle. And fucking
Who the fuck eats?
I swear to God.
Did she just like visit her grandma? Like, why was she eating peanut brittle?
It was the worst ever. And then she sucked my dick and it was the whole that peanut smell. Never forget that as long as I live. I was 22.
She still had strong teeth, though, right?
Yeah.
She wasn't bad off yet.
And that was how I knew she wasn't doing meth.
Right. The teeth would fall out.
Yeah, she was enjoying peanut butter.
On the peanut butter.
All right, you're just a garden variety alcoholic.
Yeah. Maybe she did that to let the clients know that strong teeth. All right, no meth. All right, I got a pretty good shot with that one. The peanut
Where
butter.
does a hooker find peanut?
I'll never forget it as long as I live.
It's crazy.
Yeah, she was sexy too. Like except with that, she was good looking.
Fuck, that's
She was
Except for the peanut butter.
Yeah, except for the fucking
and the
diet.
weird jagged bits of sugar that are horrible,
sticky, molassesy peanut brittle on your dick.
Yeah,
that is disturbing.
People are like, I just butt fucked Yogi Bear. That's what I smell like right now.
Jimmy took some chances.
I had a regular named Kim. She was a black girl. She was a real girl too, because I fucked her. And I remember one time she hung out my door. Like she made me open the door and she pissed. And then she got back in and she had left one of her shoes outside the car, so she just lost her shoe because she stood outside to piss. And she was so drunk. She was an alcoholic. She was a great girl.
That's the closest.
She was
that's the closest you ever come to being like a Cinderella story. That is a Cinderella.
He put the piss fucking shoe back on my foot, and I turned back into a skank.
Whoever fits into this, whoever fits into this keg.
It was Dudley Moore's shoe.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Hey, you know what happened to some of these broads?
No, I
over the years?
once in a while. I remember one really affected me. I used to go to these sober dances, and after a sober dance, I would just act out because I'd be lonely. And this one white
How
woman.
awful is a sober dance?
Yeah,
Fuck
you know.
the story you're about to tell.
It was. They were not good.
little dull.
Well, those are two words that really don't belong. They're totally fine by themselves. You put them together. Oh boy,
my God,
sober
It
dance.
should have been a sober stand around and just look at an empty floor, bunch of zilches.
Because everybody's inhibitions are all still there.
Yeah.
Because in order to dance, people have to drink a little bit. You know.
But this one girl I picked up, she's like, "Why are you doing this? You don't need to do this."
Wow.
And I think I just wound up talking to her, not even having sex with her.
She just didn't want to fuck.
Of course
you.
she didn't.
Yeah.
She already had the money. She's like, all right, I'll shrink this idiot for a couple of minutes. Act concerned.
But you said you were affected by her?
Meaning, like, I was like, wow, maybe she's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And someone wants to know if you kept fucking the guy after you found out.
Well, when I discovered that the lady was not quite the lady I thought, it's like, what am I going to do, talk to her manager?
Yeah.
I fucking
At
dump
that
my load.
point, what are you going to do?
Yeah, demand the boss.
Yeah.
Wow.
False advertising.
Yeah. Hey, I want to see somebody about this.
A bait and switch.
A fucking box cutter soaked in garlic.
Like it's Michael Douglas and falling down. He's going to start pointing at the burger on the menu board.
Hey, where's your shop steward? What's going on? I want to talk to him.
He probably had one.
Yeah.
He's in the fucking welding union.
Holy
Some guy from the 409 in Jersey.
Dude, how did you, there wasn't any hair? Like, you fucked it in the
It was
ass.
so dark. We made out everything. I really was
God.
done
Oh
at that
my
point. That's
God.
years ago, yeah.
What did it look like? What
It was
the
a vague
closest-
outline. I really just
No,
don't
I mean,
remember.
like, facially.
Black girl, attractive. I mean, literally, I just did not know.
I mean, you're saying black, but here, I want to boil it down here. You fucked a black man in his ass.
Now, so did America. It didn't hurt her, did it?
But like he was really clearly like close shaved, clean shaven, no stubble.
No. I really didn't know. I would tell you this many years later that if I knew. I really didn't know until I saw that, and I was already in mid fuck. It's easy, but a lot of times people get fooled, man. I was a little more naive back then.
And that hooker turned out to be Danny Glover. Let's bring him in. A little surprise for you, Jim.
A little reunion.
Norton, I was researching a role.
You're a Caroline. We got to plug Patton's Caroline.
Absolutely.
I don't know, you probably don't even need to be plugged, but when are you there?
2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday.
Oh, you're just doing the weekend?
Yeah, 212-757-4100.
Yeah, I'm sure Patton will sell it out. And your book, dude, we got this. We didn't talk about it because we literally got it this morning. Like, they didn't give us any advanced copy.
For God's sakes.
Sorry. No, that's okay. Are you promoting the book? Has it been out for a while?
It came out Tuesday.
Oh, you're brand new. Okay.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, your first book, the Tales of a Meaty-Breasted that was actually that kind of hung heavy over this book because I remember when I read it, it was like, oh, this fucker wrote a book. It wasn't. You didn't transcribe your fucking act. You didn't fill it with like lists of things. It was actual. You actually wrote a book.
Yeah.
So I had to go, oh shit, I actually want to write a book.
Yeah.
I don't want to do my act. I don't want to run stuff that I've run on the internet. There's only one thing that I did on my blog years ago. It's a little 2-page thing. The publisher's like, we really like it. Just put it in there. It's 2 pages. But the rest, I was like, I want it all to be original and kind of confessional. And so thank you and fuck you for having that out there because that was against my back the whole time. Yeah.
No, I appreciate it.
What's the book about there, Patton?
It's basically, it's my autobiography done out of order as a series of comedic essays about things, about working the road and then my first job before I even realized I wanted to be a comedian, and then when I was really young, building snow forts. And so I tried to, like, nail exactly what my point of view in life was at that time. So just embrace how completely ignorant I was about certain things. And then you just sort of, even as you keep getting smarter and smarter, there's still just shit you absolutely don't understand.
Yeah.
So I just want to, because I just think that's what, nothing is funnier to me than people who think that, all right, I get the deal now, and you look at them like, oh, God, they have, like, decades of shit to learn. They're so not done.
Close.
Yeah, they don't see the next subway train that's going to run them over.
Yeah.
They, oh, okay, I don't really
I stopped listening after Snow Forts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I fucking loved Snow Forts.
Yeah, that was, I just remember that was a big deal.
You brought me back, man.
Yeah, that was a big deal about growing up, so I did this whole thing of, there's a chapter called We're Playing Snow Fort, but you realize that I'm watching my friends' parents. We lived in the suburbs, but there was a lot of like kind of 70s divorce / alcoholism / swinging going on.
Where was it? Suburbs of
Sterling, Virginia, Northern Virginia.
Wow.
But I'm looking at it through my 8-9-year-old eyes, and I don't quite know what, like, if you read it, you'll go, oh, I see what he's looking at, but I have no idea. I think it's all some kind of wonderful adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, the parents are really friendly with each other. So,
when did you realize it was swinging? Like, were your parents involved in it?
No, that's the thing that I actually appreciate about my parents. My parents were so square and boring and kind of just, let's go to soccer practice and bedtime at 9. And my friends' parents would let them smoke weed and go to concerts and stay out late. So I craved getting out and variety and having kind of a weird artistic life. And my friends, even though their parents were fun, their parents were also kind of scary because they would just, I couldn't pay the mortgage this month, but hey, those belly dancing lessons were fun, weren't they, that we took for no reason? So they grew up all wanting to be totally like married and kids and everything is completely reliable. So they're still nice people, but they're not, they never got out and kind of wandered because they craved normalcy.
Wow, yeah.
And because you had so much normalcy, you went the other way.
Yeah, exactly. Because I just knew, my parents are okay. They'll be fine. They'll be there. My other friends are like, I don't know what the hell my parents are doing. They're, my dad's moving out. There was all this weirdness. So they have become.
That was my growing up, though. I was the one with the crazy family.
Oh, really?
But then he also became a crazy alcoholic. So there goes that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So boom. Yeah, I just blew my theory.
I went right into I took up where it left off.
Really?
I am the sequel.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take the baton from here. Oh, I got it, guys. You sit down. Watch this.
Rotted liver part 2. Sorry, I don't mean that.
Yeah.
No, but please.
Yeah. But no, like that just seems to me, from my experience, that's what happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
When you see very normal, stable people, you go into their background, a lot of them come from really fucked up childhoods.
Yeah.
And they want that stability so
I've just
bad.
noticed that everyone I know is from a fucked up childhood. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, especially
How many people
girls.
escape that shit?
Any girl that has come through my life at any point in my life have all been batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Just batshit crazy. And then I've been told that, well, that's the pond you're looking in.
Yeah.
I'm like, but that's the pond where the fish fuck really well.
Who wants healthy fish in the pond?
No.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Hatred of a father builds a strong pelvis. Really does. There is some kind of those muscles in there. Boom, man. It's like I'm gonna powder this memory with my pussy lips.
Oh fuck, man.
Hey, by the way, Ratatouille is still on DVD. Great movie for the kids.
Yes, for
check
the
that
kids.
out.
That's right. You
Holy
had a
shit,
voice
you
in
were
that
in
one, huh?
Yeah, I always love to throw that in after I've said the worst
The
possible
worst,
thing
most
I can.
heinous thing. Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever gotten this, but I've gotten this a couple of times. Some guy told me, I saw this guy, and we were talking. He goes, dude, I saw an interview with Robin Williams, and he gave you props. I'm like, really? So, look, I'm human. So I went home and I watched Robin Williams on Charlie Rose. And with Charlie Rose,
yeah,
and like 10 minutes into it, he's like, "Oh yeah," and then there's comedians like Patton Oswalt, and like he was really speaking very highly of him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if that piece of shit guy mistook me, and I watched 45 more minutes, not one Norton mention. I've been confused for you a couple of times. I've had people say,
Really?
yeah. I honestly, it's like just people that don't know comedy that well. We don't look that similar, but I've had a couple of guys. That guy and another guy.
And the guy you fucked in the ass.
Yeah, that tranny. Yeah.
Thanks, Spence.
Yes. Well,
Hey, by the way, my name's Patton Oswalt.
Yes. She thought I was Patton. She's like, I'm the king and I'm a queen. But yeah, I had a couple times where I was confused with Patton. Have you ever got that?
God,
No.
that's depressing.
Especially the Robin Williams. I went home and watched the whole interview.
Wow.
I'd love to tell you I didn't care, but
What a great way to fuck with Jimmy also.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a big comedian say he was mentioned on a show, so Jimmy's got to sit there and obsessively
I was
watch
on
it.
fucking YouTube looking for Charlie. What was it? Well, it couldn't have been his 2005 interview. It had to be the recent one. Like, what a needy asshole.
I get it's not that I get mistaken for anyone in particular. I just get in like when you're on something and someone goes, "Yeah, I saw you on that show, King of Raymond," and you realize that a lot of people watch TV. It's just a blur in the background, and they don't quite know how they know you. They know they've seen you do something. Like, I don't know what because you show up on a lot of stuff, and so you must get, especially this last year with Bored to Death and Louie, which are very kind of, their shows kind of live in parallel universes. Did people ever get that messed up with you? Like,
yeah, they know you from somewhere. I love this one too. I'm a big fan. Your name, like they
I'm
just
a big fan.
I've had that many times. Yeah, I don't know. They don't know your name. They just know that they've seen you on TV, and I never know what to say. If it's a hot chick, you tell her like, "Oh, yeah, I'm a comedian."
Yeah.
But when guys are like, "Where do I know you from?" I'm like, "Well, I come here often. I really do. I'm here a lot." And like, "Oh, all right." I never want to give them the. I'm on TV. Give a fuck.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Some guy in an elevator.
Then if you go, I'm on TV. Okay, so what? Name some stuff. You're like,
what is this now? It
Come
turns
on,
into a
man.
quiz show for me.
Yeah,
fuck
just
out of here.
Go to my IMDb.
I met Mike Starr. You know Mike Starr?
Oh, yeah.
We did an episode of Ed together many years ago, like 2001, and I recognized him. And I'm like, I know you. I'm like, he's like, oh, okay. I'm like, what were you in? He goes, what, you want my resume? And I was like, I was so embarrassed. But it was an awkward question.
He is one of those guys. He is in so much stuff that it is hard. I saw him in a Starbucks in L.A., and I had just rewatched Ed Wood. So I was lucky to go, oh, you're seeing an Ed Wood. He plays the exploitation filmmaker that hires
Johnny.
He hires him to do Glenn or Glenda, and he's so hilarious. He's like, they go, do you have a script yet? No, we got a poster, and it's a sex change thing. Those Okies out in the Midwest, they love that sex stuff. Like, he's so hilarious.
We already sold the Midwest.
Yeah, we sold the whole Midwest. I got to get this movie made. Like, all he has is a poster for this shitty movie.
Poster.
Yeah. So it's just awesome.
Yeah, Mike Starr's he's like JT Walsh had that kind of face where you know him and you see him in everything. Most people didn't know the guy's name.
He turns up in so much stuff. Mike Starr, wasn't he in Goodfellas?
He was in Goodfellas.
He was the guy, you're looking at him.
Yeah.
I'm the guy.
I'm the commandant. I'm the midnight date man. Yeah.
I've seen him in scenes with Nicholson, obviously with De Niro and Leone. It's like he's done scenes with fucking everything.
That's right. He was in he's in Mad Dog and Glory, and him and David Caruso have a fight up in an apartment, and it's so funny because they're beating the shit out of each other, but they're also going, watch the glass, you asshole! Like, don't break this. It's this very realistic fist fight, the way that two guys would actually fight each other. Like, I can't. Fuck, it's such a good scene.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Watch it.
I just remember as they're I mean, they're really pummeling each other, but they're also like, there's glass there. Don't back me up against that. God damn it! Like it's
when you fight with rules, guys are fighting with rules.
That whole the hair. God damn it!
I hate to have to ask you, what's the title there? Zombie Spaceship Wasteland.
That's my idea about how when you're starting off as trying to do something creative, especially if you were a geek like me, you have no fucking idea how the world works because you're just this young suburban smacked ass. So anything you start writing or making as a movie, you either have to do it, set it in a zombie world, out in space, or in a wasteland because you don't know how you got to wipe the world out first.
Right, you can't.
There's been because I don't know how to pay a utility bill or how the court system works yet. So or even how like
fuck is that brilliant.
So there's so many and if you notice a lot of people's first stuff, it's either they do some space opera or they do this zombie thing. Zombie is great. You're like, well, yeah, there's zombies, so there's no laws. So you got to get a gun and a can of food.
You don't have to know how shit works.
That's your first thing that you do.
You don't have to be able to you don't have to be able to interpret life and write about it or put it to film.
Yeah.
You just make it up because everything's gone. Brilliant.
Yeah. Well,
Smart.
Even comedians have that thing. At least I did when you start off, you're so nervous and you're so insecure that what you do is if you watch comedians, especially my early stuff, all I'm doing is pointing out how stupid everything is and how I'm brilliant notice how dumb this is, and this guy's a fucking asshole, and this guy's an idiot. And then it takes you a while to get older to go, okay, here's some stupid shit I learned about myself. Like, here's how I'm a fucking idiot. But when you're young, you're too terrified to go up there and go, oh, here's a stupid thing I did. At least I was.
You're afraid they won't relate to it. You figure they relate to... I found my first bit of press was my friend's brother wrote for a local paper, and it's a real cheese dick picture of me. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, like game shows, things that really upset me. I should be fucking executed.
Yeah, I have a comedian friend named Dave Anthony who said that you can tell like the young comedians because they're just angry at nothing. Yeah. They just think you're supposed to be angry. So like, what's the deal with toast? It's a fucking piece of bread and then it's hot and now it's crunchy. Bullshit. Like they just like you literally have not done anything yet. You're grasping for things to be angry. Yeah.
Oh,
so it's when you get older that you're scared enough to go, oh, okay. Hey, listen to this stupid bullshit I did. You're not going to believe this.
Yeah, you're not as afraid they're not going to... You kind of get a better sense they're going to relate just because they're people.
And also...
And you're confident.
You're trying to be... you're trying to keep this image of that you're cool. And self-deprecation... you don't see that as being cool when you're younger. You see it as, I don't want to point this out myself. Perish the thought somebody else sees this.
Yes.
And
there's nothing less funny than cool. That is the unfunniest thing on the planet is cool.
Is somebody trying to be
cool.
Oh,
God, it's painful.
Rock star comedians are fucking horrendous.
Oh, God. Because you're trapped. Once you establish that the whole thing is that I'm cool, you can never become vulnerable or go... Like, it's just... You're just fucked.
People like that. For years, like we would do the show and not point out when we fucked
mistakes and stuff.
Like we would fuck shit up and just have to stutter and kind of go
and just move on to something
else. And then when Jimmy came aboard on the show, came aboard.
I say that. Believe me, I would fucking gut you like a lamb for that. But I said welcome aboard to somebody else today. Fucking horrible. And I meant it too. I wasn't even being ironic. I was like, really, welcome aboard.
It was a hallway thing. When Jimmy joined the program,
join the team. me, man.
He started pointing out the shit.
Point out shit when we
it was
fuck
so
up.
uncomfortable. I'm like, why are you doing that?
But it became
ended up
so
working.
funny that you just can't wait.
Turned out to be really important to the
fuck up.
success of the show.
That's the shit people always remember, too, because they go, oh, I fuck up like that. And I try to hide it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so
We
you're
all
not
try
only
to
fucking
hide
up,
the shit.
he's calling you guys for hiding it, which made
And then you're just like, oh, God, yes, I did that. Okay, I did it.
That's what frees us as stand-ups, though. It's like when you're on, that's the hard part of acting is you can't call it out when it sucks.
Right.
With joke bombs, you can fucking just, you can do what you want and control it.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
you're bombing in a scene and you're like terrible in this, it's fucking horrifying.
It's really terrifying.
Jimmy just, by the way,
Can't pull
covered
out.
his mouth when he said that. He goes, it's horrifying.
Oh,
You've been there.
heavens.
Right. I actually will yell masher and hit the man.
Breathe into a lilac-scented doily.
Have a touch of the vapors.
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh.
Get me a cucumber sandwich, crust removed.
Where are you going, Jimmy? Like, what
He's
are you,
got an LA trip.
But why are you going to Arizona?
I'm shooting something for the Tonight Show for this college thing. This college, whatever
College
the big
thing.
game, BSU.
It's the BCS championship.
I don't know what that is.
Is it like a bowl game, or those?
Yeah, it's one of those big college bowl games.
It's the game every year.
So I'm shooting that Friday and Saturday, and then I go out Sunday, and then I just.
What are you doing? Like the parking lot? Like
I guess whatever because the game is Monday, so I think I just go on stage and pitch it
Tailgating and shit
to Jay on Monday. Like I just throw it to him on Monday night. We're doing it Monday night.
Where in Arizona will you be?
I don't know. I land in Phoenix, but it's like 20 minutes from Phoenix, Glendale, I think. I could be wrong.
Up like a place like Arizona, you could land at the airport and then it's 5 hours to go where you want to go.
Arizona, it's a very beautiful state, but it's like you're living on a moon colony. Yeah. You know, like it's very modern and nice, but everything is so sunbaked. You're like, oh, did they terraform the moon? What the fuck am I doing here?
So fucking true.
We manufacture those. But
Yeah, and there's so many like preserved old people out there. I know that Florida gets around for that's where the old people go. I think they go to Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
That there's no moisture, so they just become like these living mummies. They just don't die out there, man.
And they do hear about how that dry heat helps whatever ailment they have.
Yeah,
arthritis or their lung ailments or anything. It's
they got that Doc Holliday TB, so they gotta go preserve their lung tissue or something.
Go out to Arizona, Lunger.
Yeah, Lunger.
Hey, Lunger.
People are healthy out there, though. They look like the women out there are beautiful. There's something about that. Oh, they are
up until they're
gorgeous
23 and then look like fucking an old saddle.
10 years after I need them.
Wow. That fucking, the sun will fuck women.
Yeah.
Like the worst part is the top of a woman's breast when she lives in a very sunny climate. It just becomes this
leathery
beef
thing.
jerky in a bra.
Horrible.
Yeah,
it's horrid.
Yeah, it looks like an old millionaire's desktop, like where he'd be signing checks. And
It's his blotter.
I will sign this check, and you'll never come to this estate again. Goodbye. I said good day, sir.
Good day.
And like the Arizona, the one thing I like is, and you'll notice this when you're there. Well, no, it won't be that hot when you're there, but in the summertime, from like 11 a.m. till about 2:30, the city just shuts down. Everyone just goes inside.
It's just too
and
hot.
They either take a nap or they just do their shit inside, and everything kind of calms down. I like that.
What do you think it is this time of year? Like 65, 70?
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna be really happy.
Yeah, I'm bringing a small coat. Nothing heavy.
There are
Yeah.
certain times of the year, and I'm always amazed that people actually live there. And even here in the Northeast, because we get some snow and some really brutally cold weather, and Buffalo like that, where if a probe was sent down,
yeah,
and it landed in the right place at the right season, whatever beings would be like, there's no fucking way there's life there.
It's a wasteland.
It's a wasteland
Yeah.
of because you think the whole planet is covered in ice.
Yeah,
it's 30 below zero. Let's write this one off.
Yeah.
Or it's 120 degrees.
Yeah, it's a
Nothing to live
hellhole.
here.
Who's that? There's a comedian, Larry Ambrose, who said, I come from Buffalo, New York. They have 2 seasons, winter and July 8th.
That's good.
I love that line. And I've been in Buffalo. That is exactly what it's like.
I lived there for 3 years.
You lived in
the
Buffalo.
winters go on for fucking ever. And
Yeah.
it snows every day until that fucking lake freezes.
And everything is frozen in ice, right?
Everything.
Frozen solid.
I went through long johns because I would just wear them every fucking day to try to stay warm. Yeah.
But
you learned how to just adapt, and people know how to drive on ice and snow there.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother them at all.
Is that where at night you have to plug your car in or like plug to keep it from freezing?
There's like a blanket you put over your engine and plug it in so your oil doesn't freeze.
Yeah, you can't really
diesel engines.
Not kidding, they really do that.
You can't really have an older car in Buffalo in the winter, no.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that thing started in the morning. But every morning you had to fucking brush off your car from the snow that came.
And use that little de-icing spray for the rocks sometimes.
Everything. You had all that shit.
You know, that's one thing about being, kind of successful in a way, growing up a little bit and having some disposable income. I don't have to hear anymore.
Yeah.
And that used to be a daily occurrence where you like pump the pedal twice on my old Chevy Nova or some shit and try to get that thing turned over.
The days of an old fucking car.
And then that distressing when it finally just gets down to the grrr, grrr, click.
Yeah. What about the
click?
Got cables.
And also all those years of going in and negotiating with mechanics at some kind of sketchy garage. I'd look, how can we just keep this thing running? I'm telling you, when I was living in San Francisco, I had to just keep this old Jetta just moving so I could keep working. And I had this really nice mechanic, but it was always like, okay, can we? I have this much money. What can you fix that'll keep it going? I know this thing isn't working, And it was just I always had a car in which I knew 3 or 4 things were just broken on. But he's like, you can still drive this without these things working.
As long as it keeps moving. Yeah,
you can't. No more air, no more heat. But you can have these things, And now I just take my car to the dealer and go, make it run,
fix,
and I'll be back. Like
I think it's still under warranty, sir.
Yeah. I don't even. That's the one luxury that I do is I just make the thing go.
Yeah.
And then I just come back.
Having money rules.
There is a certain thing, and if you come from shit and that kind of suburban,
like we all did.
I mean, loading up. How many times I load my friends up in my horrid car, looking for girls, and just thinking there's going to be 6 girls for every degenerate I'm hauling around with me.
Yeah,
and like coming from that and being able to afford things is nice. I must admit.
Oh, it's great.
There's nothing wrong with money. There's absolutely nothing wrong with money.
I fucking love it, man.
It doesn't buy happiness, but it sure can eliminate some sadness.
Yeah.
You can wipe some of that out.
Yeah. Money can't buy you happiness. Great. How much sadness can it make go away?
Yeah, that's all I need.
Or how much sadness can it keep me from?
Yeah.
How high can I build the wall between me and sadness?
The sadness barrier.
Yeah.
I'm building it with cash.
Yeah. Where's that sadness? Where's that sadness deflecting barbed wire that money can buy? Because that's pretty good.
Shit.
True, man.
When did you start? You're doing very well. I started probably maybe around 2001. I started doing okay, and then as years went on, I started. But I was about 11, 12 years in before I started doing decent.
Not till the early aughts did I feel like I had actually some security, because I'd incurred so many debts.
Wow.
You incur so much debt getting there, and all the years that people just carried you. I was very determined to pay back debts, pay out credit cards, and so there were times like I was on TV for years and still lived in a very crappy apartment and drove a very old car and people would see you and go, you're on TV, you're rich.
Right.
It's like, you don't really understand how it works.
Really works.
It actually takes you a while after being, I've had friends that are writers that they publish 5 books and they're still working day jobs. There's just no money in it for a long time.
I had the same disillusionment with our own Greg Opie Hughes here because he had his own show on WBAB out on Long Island.
Well, when I met Ann, I was already 10 years in.
10 years in the business.
10 fucking years in.
He was doing 7 to midnight at BAB, and I used to come on every so often and, be a little guest, have some fun, shit like that. And I was under the impression that because he was on the radio, he was rich.
And he has to be. He's on the radio.
So we got to know each other a little more, and he goes, "Hey, you want to come over? Watch a fucking movie, hang out at the house, drink
whatever
beer."
it was, right?
I'm like, cool, sounds good. So he's driving, and I'm like following my piece of shit work van. I was putting in air conditioning and heating duct work, and I'm following him, and we're going into Northport, which is a nice neighborhood in Long Island.
So you're thinking maybe a beach house
on
the water?
Beach house on the water.
Sure.
He he makes the turn that is not the turn toward the nice houses.
Not the turn you were expecting.
He made that one turn in North Point where it's like, hey, wait a minute. This isn't that place. And we pull up in front of a house, and now I'm like, all right, well, this maybe, and I actually thought this, maybe this is his summer house. like this is just another one of his houses.
And then it went from, that's his house to, wait a minute, it's only half his house.
He's in an apartment in
upstairs.
a house. And I fucking went like, oh, no.
And then he cooked you a piece of toast with a coat hanger over a hot plate.
That's how it is,
I remember,
though, man.
and I'm sure you remember this too, that first year that I broke double digits as a comedian, I made $11,000.
Oh, wow.
In 1992, I was living in San Francisco, and I got to the end of the year, and I had made $11,000 as a stand-up, and I was kind of arrogant about it. I was like, yeah, 11 grand. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And again, I barely paid my rent. I would always eat at this place called La Cumbre. They had 75-cent burritos. And then anywhere that I worked, I would try to work open mics where if you bought one drink, you could eat at the buffet or just eat the bar food.
And you had an attitude.
And I kind of had a attitude like, hey, I'm 11 grand. I'm up in double digits now. It's doing pretty good. Yeah, it's really, stuff's happening now. It's really taking 11 grand. And I was kind of puffing my chest out.
Do you say your old
I hope to double that.
Well, that's what Patton's doing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
He's finally doubling that.
Do you save your old? I have all my old calendars. Like,
I have
making $350 for the week.
You hoarder.
But I do hoard that stuff. Like where I had my little organizer. And I would go to Wildwood. I would do a week in Wildwood, like 14 shows for $350, and then the second week you did there, you did $400 for 14 shows.
Yeah. And I have all like if you look at my calendar,
no, for the whole week.
Yeah, and it looks like I'm some kind of weird like hoarder OCD guy because you're doing gigs and like you will go somewhere if there's something in the afternoon you'll do it.
Yeah.
You'll do clubs and every single night there's some one nighter where you're driving out and you basically make enough money to put the gas in that will get your car back.
Shit.
I mean it's insane.
But you learn to love other comedians like that because Jim Florentine, Bob Levy, those guys, we would go down to Maryland and do gigs, and I would make $25 a show for 3 shows. It was $75 for the weekend and no food and no room. And so those guys would buy me food and put me up.
Oh, wow.
They learn how to love other comics.
Yeah.
I've heard this story hundreds.
It sounds like the Nom.
Yeah, just keep your feet dry, Jim.
I've heard that same story probably told 100 times at this point. Why is it legendary that you guys just didn't get fucking paid? I know the new guys, obviously.
Yeah,
because
but guys that
are pieces of shit.
But guys especially back then, if you were also were these young, terrified smacked asses, we think that if we mouth off to one club owner, we won't work anywhere.
You'll never work in this town again.
So if they go, yeah, we'll give you a feature act, you can do half, and also they go, hey, you get to do half an hour, and you're like, ooh, like you get to do half an hour, and we'll give you $25, and you never negotiate. You immediately. I remember when I was at Garvin's, they banned Dave Chappelle because he was the first guy to go, no, pay me what I'm worth. He wasn't even asking for crazy money. He was like 18 years old, just going, doing half an hour. Give me $50 a set. Like, get the fuck out of here.
That was a good move by Garvin's.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Now you get the hell out of here.
But I still don't understand why they keep you guys down.
Proud bastard.
Because they can. Because we do it because we love doing it.
It's disgusting.
It is.
Man.
But eventually,
the Comedy Store to this day doesn't pay.
Oh, those guys. Neither does the
Improv. Neither
none of the city clubs do.
No.
Yeah, people don't know that out there.
The headline Carolines or comics or
different,
Gotham is different,
of course.
Yeah.
But for spots, none. The Improv pays $7.
Also, you remember you would do these one-nighters, and it was very clear that the guy that was booking the one-nighter that booked you went to this bar or restaurant or hotel lounge and said, yeah, I can book a comedy show for you guys. I'm going to need a budget of like $1,500.
Yeah.
And then he went to his 3 comics. All right, you get $15 to open, and you get $25 to feature, and you'll get $75 to headline. And then he's pocketing the rest. And you know that the gig will last probably 3 more weeks before they get hip to what he's doing. But at that point, he's already found another land. Like, that's how these guys would stay. They would just keep sharking around.
And there'd be one headliner he trusted or whatever who would pick up the money. Like, we would always have to pick up the money for the book. But one of the comedians that he knew wouldn't fucking tell the other comics how much he was making.
Right. Wow.
He'd be like, if he's paying out $300 and he's making $6.
Yeah.
Like, what a piece of shit. But he would trust the one guy to pick up his money.
Uh-huh.
It was really... But you learn... The guys that aren't willing to do that are the guys that are fucking long gone. It's like the guys that weren't willing to do that.
You had to play the game.
You had to, but then you make up for it in the end. You make up the money.
Yeah, because also what you have is you have so much stage time that when you do start headlining, shit just doesn't faze you like it used to. Because you're like, oh, I've been through so much worse than this. You're doing it to go through all the shit, so that when you're headlining, you're not going to freak out and pee your pants and pull a Michael Richards and run off stage.
Right.
And it wasn't that I don't think Michael Richards is a racist. I think Michael Richards is a guy who didn't do a lot of stand-up, who got very successful on TV and is suddenly on stage and freaks out and
couldn't handle a heckler.
Couldn't handle a heckler. And if you listen to the guy that was heckling him, he sounded like a guy that could have easily been handled.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like, if he just talked to him a little bit, you want to go, okay, cool.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was a black table, obviously. And, as a comedian, it's like that's frustrating when they start heckling you.
Sure.
But he just snapped.
Yeah.
If they were a table of fat white women who would be like, you fat cunts! Like, he just dropped the A-bomb.
It would have been cunts instead of...
Yeah, of course it would have.
Yeah.
He just dropped the A-bomb.
Yeah. No matter what it was, he was going to go.
He would go to the worst thing possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank God it wasn't Dudley Moore. You brain cancer clubfoot. A lot of Dudley Moore kids.
Yeah, a lot today.
I know. God rest his little short, pudding-headed soul.
I'm hearing that the Patton Oswalt shows are all sold out at Caroline's.
Are they? Oh, of course.
Oh, wow.
So you don't even have to be here. So thanks for coming in, Pat.
Thanks for having me.
No, I want to ask you about something I have not seen, but I hear about a lot.
Why not?
The Maynard documentary from the guy from Tool, of course.
Yeah, that guy.
You were part of that?
Yeah, Maynard Keenan is great.
Love Tool, by the way. I'm a big fan.
Tool, Perfect Circle.
Yep.
And
Pussified.
Pussifer.
Pussifer, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And he bought some old abandoned ghost town in Jerome, Arizona. And I think it used to be a silver mine, and he built a winery out there.
He bought the whole town?
I think he bought like a major part of the town because I think it was selling for nothing.
Just sitting there, right.
And he started a winery. And
did he lock the Brady's in a jail cell? Trying to jump my claim.
Look, I'm trying to grow grapes here, yeah, he became this insane prospector out in the desert. Last night I drew a woman in the sand and had relations with her. But he does this. He does it's called and they're called Merkin Vineyards, which I don't know if anyone knows what a Merkin is.
Yeah, that's odd.
And he does use amazing wines, and they're really fucking tasty wines. He's always been really into wines.
Yeah. And what were you? Was it a documentary on the whole thing?
Did a documentary about the thing, and he had like some of his friends come in and taste some of the stuff, and I came in and just gave him shit about the stuff. I visited the winery too. It's really cool.
Yeah.
He's this bald ex-Marine rock star out there, just with these barrels and just here, taste this, and he's out there growing grapes in the desert.
I didn't know he was an ex-Marine.
Yeah, he was in the army. He was in some kind of armed force. There's footage of him on stage, either with Tool or Perfect Circle, and some douchebag like runs up, and Maynard. It's so amazing. He just flips the guy over his shoulder and slams him onto the ground, and they just keep singing. It is such a fucking Bruce Willis in The Last Boy Scout, just bam, just shove it up into his head, punk, and then just keep singing his song. It's like, damn, what a badass.
I gotta run. My flights. I have to.
Where? What?
Let's go to Arizona. People are saying you better have more than a light jacket. It's cold.
Oh, all right.
We're getting weather reports, and then another guy's saying he's standing in a foot of snow out there. But Arizona's a big place, so I don't know what part that is.
He's not in Arizona, foot of snow.
You will not be going into the mountains.
And he's not trekking. Yeah, he's just going from the fucking airport to a limo to fucking wherever he's got to go.
He lands, puts his snowshoes on.
Yeah, and treks.
It's not a limo, it's a car service. Limo sounds better, though.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a car service?
Yeah, it's a nice car, but all right. Patton, great seeing you. I'm going to take off.
Yeah, we should.
Safe flight.
Yes, I'll see you soon, man.
All right, man.
How long are you in New York for?
I'm here till Sunday.
Okay, I'll be gone by the time.
Next scene is Jimmy looking like Buscemi burying the money in Fargo. Just fucking freezing cold.
Wiping a tranny load off my face. I got shot!
You should see the other guy's asshole.
All right, safe travels.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes,
say hi
Jimmy.
on Twitter. All right, man.
God bless
Why
Jimmy.
don't we could take a break then.
Why don't we do that?
What are you on Twitter there? It's just Patton Oswalt on.
Patton Oswalt, lowercase, one word.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's good when you have your name just
exactly. Boom.
Out there.
Could not be easier.
No other. You didn't have to get it from some idiot that was sitting on it.
No, thank goodness.
that.
Oh God, did I? Was anyone sitting on your stuff, Jim, when you joined Twitter? Or
A fan was, but he just gave it to me. He was this cool
that's
guy.
nice.
I think Mostep is his name, and he actually had held it for me.
It was Mostep. I know Mostep
Yeah.
on
He was
Twitter.
very cool. So
nice.
Good for you, Mostep.
I threatened
Doing the
legal
right
action,
thing.
and he just.
He
was
like
cool. He
a
got it for me
fucking-
on purpose.
It's scumbag.
Oh, it's nice.
All right, so Pat, we're going to take a break. So it's Caroline's.
Yeah.
I'm hearing swearing it's sold out, but just in case, 212-757-4100. You never know. They might shove another show in there or something. Who knows? Give them a call to see what's going on with the shows this weekend. And the book is Zombie Spaceship Wasteland. You know what? I'm going to read this fucking thing. I just decided on the spot I got to read this book.
Especially read the chapter of the Victory Tour about the worst 11 days on the road. And have Jim read that too. I want to know what he thinks about that.
Absolutely.
I'd be very curious to know.
And you got to come back and see us.
Definitely. Next time I'm in New York.
You had fun, right?
Yeah. I'm glad that I finally got to do
trying to do this forever.
And to your credit, people on Twitter will go, when are you doing Opie and Anthony? And I would go, when they ask me. Like, I'm always in New York. So I'm
for so long, man. Yeah.
Well, now we got the connection.
It's like a Three's Company episode. There was like all this miscommunication. We just never did it.
It's like, why don't you do O&A? And then you do the show. You sucked. Thanks. Great. Fucking assholes.
I thought you were Patrice O'Neill. Patton Oswalt, you stink.
Wait a minute. Fuck, that's good.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so
much.
Thank
you.
I'm off.
You killed today, man.
Thanks,
it was
man. That was
terrific radio. All right, guys.
Relaxing.
We'll be back.
Thanks.